Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
And so is this like where other people are going, or is this just you, your wife, and your daughter?
Well, so far it's just my family and yours, so
okay.
that's why I'm making all these plans.
Should we make it a Bubba Army event? Like if you're a Bubba Army royalty, you get to come to Seth's house for the Taylor Swift
I would say
Super Bowl pregame party.
I'd say bring a kid, whether it's your kid or not. I'm not going to ask for any ID, but you know it's for the children for this one.
Why are all these kids crying saying they want their real parents?
Wow. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Let's do this. Happy Friday, everybody. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge show. Bubba will be back on Monday. He's currently at Bubba Raceway Park doing racing things. But he will be back. Full house today. Lummy.
Good day.
Dr. Dan.
Good morning.
Hello. Mr. Seth Kushner.
Shalom.
Beautiful. All right. And we got Rhett and Macho Man. I think I heard Scout.
Good morning.
Yelping, shaking, peeing, doing her thing. 813-90-BUBBA. We'll be taking phone calls today.
Let's get this over with, baby.
I woke up and my first thought was, one more day! Yes, I am very, very ready for the weekend. Well, I'm just ready for this to be over, I think. It's been fun. It's been a good experience, but, you know, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself. So.
I've been dreading for you. I've been dreading your after show that you have to do after this show today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just feel like it's a lot.
You know what? I think I'm just going to like stare at the camera silently for 30 minutes and be like, I'm out of here.
Like, what's left to say after you hosted every show this week?
It's just going to be me crying. Essentially, it's just letting it all out, just the cathartic release. But yeah, 813-90-BUBBA. It's Freaky Phone Friday. That's hard to say. So feel free to call in. I'd love to hear some updates from BRP. Some people maybe at Nashville, maybe some of the updates, crazy stories. Maybe there's some drama that we need to get caught up on. So that would be great. Please call in. Seth, how was your birthday yesterday?
I had sex. I know that's what you wanted to know. So
dude,
let's
that's
just cut
so
right
not
to it.
even worth.
Let's just get right to, there we go.
I was honestly in my mind. I'm like, what did you eat? Like that to me means celebration. When you have something, you eat something you don't usually eat. That in my mind is a celebration.
Yeah, I guess. I don't like cake or anything. So Phoebe went and got she went and got these cookies in the Berg or something, where there was like these Reese's peanut butter cup cookies like in a sandwich, and there was marshmallows in the middle or something. So they got that instead of a cake. So that was the different thing that I had to eat yesterday, but it was just still the same thing for me. I just had one smoothie, and that was it.
And just a smoothie?
Just a smoothie, yeah.
Nice.
Take her over the hood of the car.
Oh yeah, about the sex. I'm like not even. I'm like, what kind of cookie was it?
Yeah.
How was the sex?
Good.
Was it different? Was it like birthday sex?
No, it was like it was just like she almost wanted to be there yesterday. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, which was great. That's really a change of pace. So
her eyes were open. She was looking.
Eyes were open. Wasn't like trying
looking
to
at the phone or the clock.
It was almost like I hired her. Like if she
she
was really giving me my money's worth. So.
Did you leave some money on the table?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I was like, thank you. Here's my $8 that I have in my wallet. You did a great job.
That is great news. Like I'm glad you got some birthday sex. Okay, that's fantastic. What does one do? Because I know that the Super Bowl is next weekend, but for the weekend before the Super Bowl, what do people do? Because the Pro Bowl.
We complain about the Pro Bowl, and then we watch it anyway.
The skill contest was last night.
Speak of?
The skill contest was last night.
What is that?
It is the NFL's version of the All-Star game.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to be. My next thing was I was going to
What's
say
an
was
all-star
like
game?
No, I was going to be like the Harlem Globetrotters. Like
It's
I don't.
that silly though, and that
Okay.
scripted and that fake.
I would rather watch the Globetrotters than the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's a flag football contest.
Are you serious or
Yes.
really?
They just started that.
It used to be a game, like an official game, where they'd all wear pads and helmets and do the whole shebang, but they stopped doing that a couple years ago
Injuries.
because, quote, player safety.
How does one qualify? Or is it just the best players from all the teams that didn't win?
It's
You
supposed to
think
be,
so?
but it's more of a popularity contest since it's been turned over to the fan vote. So a lot of guys who,
It's like American Idol, so you like just phone it in and
yeah,
and they get paid, Anna.
I don't want to say that there's guys who don't deserve to be there, but it is definitely a popularity contest.
There are guys that don't deserve to be there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they make $88,000,
if they
just
win.
for that
they
game.
win.
Oh, if they win, okay.
and they make $44,000 if they lose.
Just for
okay.
showing up for the weekend.
Showing up for the
It's not
weekend.
bad. That's not bad.
And everything is free for them.
And it's flag football. It is
Yeah.
seriously flag football.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, like
all
what we
right.
do in my backyard.
All right. I like that. Now let's take a call here. Hello. Who's this?
Hey, Anna.
Yep.
Hey, it's Carl. Look, don't Google
I
me.
won't Google you.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, you sound exhausted, buddy.
calling- What's that?
You
Danny?
okay? You sound a little slow today.
The slower than usual.
Yeah.
Oh, bud, I'm not doing too well.
Uh-oh. You're going to bring this party right down to zero? Are you okay? I mean,
I'm
is
good.
this a
I'm
cry
good.
for help? I don't want to read about you in the paper tomorrow, so.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I probably should like clear the lines for someone else, but
You're the only
Yeah,
one on the
definitely.
line, so let it out.
definitely wanted to call in. Yeah, so, dude, I was like freaking the call-in, like the fan vote favorite to come to BARP,
Okay.
and I didn't, and I'm totally butthurt about that. But you guys, I just wanted to say, all of you, specifically Anna, Lummy, freaking even Seth.
Okay.
And
Don't forget
of
Dr.
course,
Dan.
Dr. Dan
Yeah.
has been keeping me in there. So thank you guys.
All right. Are you intoxicated right now, or where are you? Are you at home, or you stuck somewhere?
I freaking rocked it through freaking, it's like 5 a.m. now, or 6,
Well,
whatever.
I don't know where you are. It might be 5 a.m.
Yeah.
No, he's in Tampa.
Oh, he's in Tampa.
Or
Yeah,
he
it's-
get
it's
Pinellas.
Lummy, could you backfill what he's butthurt about?
Butthurt, he's the one who didn't
How hard it
come.
was for me to not drive past freaking tropic like it's hot, and not fucking.
Oh,
Oh.
all right, dude. We gotta. Lummy, what's going on? Sorry, I didn't. mean
I
to
have
hang
no
up on
idea.
you,
He hasn't
but-
called in a while. He's a caller. He
Yeah.
actually qualified from the fan vote to make it to BARP, which he wanted to come to,
And it didn't go.
For some reason, he didn't come. And I know Rhett even said it along with me. He sounds way off. Usually, he's kind of higher energy.
Yeah, and
And
he's
then-
kind of. I don't want to say like a slower guy, but he seems like he's like
moving slowly.
like a stoner kind of type, and
Yeah.
now it just seems like he's not in a good place.
No, which
Are we getting blamed for him not coming to BARP because he said he was butthurt?
I,
So
Yeah,
know,
why is
I
he-
think he's butthurt that he didn't do
Oh,
it because then
okay.
he even brought up the tropic like it's hot thing, and I think he lives like right over by there.
Yeah,
in Oldsmar.
did he just admit to driving past the bar?
Yes,
but
and
not
not
stopping to get
stopping in.
out?
Yeah, I don't know. Hot Carl, I hope you're okay. You usually come with some kind of high energy, entertaining calls. Not that this wasn't, but I just want to make sure you're all right. I felt like he was holding back, trying not to swear the entire time, and then did drop the F-bomb, but I caught it, so we're okay.
Yeah.
He was trying.
I'm so sorry. Cash App, PayPal. That's what I wanted to say. I enjoy begging for money more than I thought. So please send money. We definitely need it. Cash App, PayPal at the Bubba Army. Do not send Venmo. Babyface is not a fan of Venmo, and neither am I, quite frankly, right now.
And neither
because-
is Venmo of us.
Yes, exactly, because we're still in Venmo purgatory. Is that right, Lummy?
Yes, and Rainy Hall 25 on the Cash App.
Woo! Thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you. And I think yesterday we did pretty well. I don't know if it was Seth's birthday or Brian's shirt or what's going on, but we made some good money yesterday, so thank you very much.
The only one better at begging for money than you is Zelensky.
Zelensky?
Yeah,
the Ukrainian guy.
Oh,
That guy.
Zelensky.
Zelensky.
Dude, I thought you were talking about a
Zelensky.
hockey player. I was like, who's Vasilevsky? I don't know what you're talking
Zelensky,
about. Yeah, Vladimir. Yes.
He's begged for, God, he's gotten billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah,
just
it's
begging.
working. It certainly is working. So,
Making a lot of
no
people
shame
rich.
there.
Are they making any headway against Russia over there?
They
Yeah.
had a
it's the
cute
same.
little exchange of POWs the other day.
Did they?
So, yeah.
Well, when the plane got crushed, shut
Yeah,
down.
yeah. But apparently, I think hundreds of POWs were exchanged on either side, which is weird. That there's even though you're in the midst of war, there's still gentleman agreements and all right, put the guns down after 6 p.m. We got to go home and eat dinner. Stuff like that happens. So
It was even
very
fighting
bizarre.
seasons. Back in the old days, they wouldn't fight in the winter.
Yeah, I know. And then I guess now things have evolved where there are no rules
Yeah, we
sometimes.
invented the
but
jacket.
Hall
yeah.
of Fame Biggie 25 on the Cash App, and Hall of Fame T-shirt Will 25 on the Cash App.
Thank you guys so much. Hello, who's this?
Sorry,
Oh,
I was hitting Hall of
how
Fame.
about this?
Question for Dr. Dan.
This is
Hey.
a troll.
No.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Dan, I have a question. When you see women that have had breast either enhancement or reduction surgery, what's with the circular scar around the areola or the red line that's down the center of the breast? Is that from the stylist surgery or just a bad surgeon?
That's from the lift. And when you do a lift, you move the nipple and you usually reduce the diameter of the areola. And that requires a scar around the areola called a periareolar scar. The vertical scar is often part of a lift. When you're moving, if you think about it, if you're moving the nipple, you got to close the path. And so you often take a piece of skin from the central area of the breast and then bring the medial and lateral parts of the breast back together and move the nipple up in the process. It's kind of it's hard to explain it. It's a three-dimensional process that you sort of have to see to understand.
Did you see something on your lady that you didn't like or you didn't think was going to be there?
And that red scar usually goes to white over time. And the
No,
nipple's
I
not
just-
removed.
Oh, I just thought it was a cut and paste, and I wondered
Yeah, we don't work
what
that
that
way.
was from.
So the nipple, there's such thing as a free nipple graft, and so when you take a woman that's got those big old National Geographic breasts that are hanging to the knees, and you have to do a reduction on something like that, that sometimes will be put back on as a skin graft, and then you lose your sensation. It doesn't have milk. It's useless. It's just an ornament. But in most lifts, you use a pedicle, and a pedicle is like a peninsula when you cut three sides of it but keep one side attached for blood supply. And then I usually use what's called a superior pedicle, so it's coming from the top. And then I cut out the stuff on the bottom and then just bring it all back together, and it makes a nice cone shape. It gives you better projection. It makes a smaller areola, lifts the nipple, and then you put an implant in, which gives you a better overall shape, upper pole fullness, and roundness at the bottom. Does that explain it?
Okay.
Is that okay? I can't tell if you're concerned about if something went wrong with your partner or if you just think it looks bad or something like that.
No, it's just horrifying.
Oh.
Well, lifts have different results too, and different doctors do different types of lifts. There's the big anchor incision, there's the lollipop lift, there's the donut lift. There's all. I like the name for food.
You named all those?
Are these your terms or are
No,
these
that's what they're
medical?
called.
Oh, the donut lift? I'm
Yeah.
interested.
Lollipop lift.
The lollipop
Ooh.
lift was also called a vertical mastopexy, and then
there we
the
go.
donut lift is called a Benelli. But we call them donuts.
Yeah, I
and
like donut
lollipops.
better.
More fun. Sounds way better than.
All right, sir. Does that
Benelli.
answer all your questions?
That answers my questions. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
He's trying to steal your
Take
recipes,
care.
Dr. Dan.
Yeah, your secret sauce.
Clyde Rubs, $20 super chat, 2 knock doc, $100 on the Cash App, and Grouper Lips 25 on the.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We certainly need the money. I don't know if you guys heard about this. This is a crazy story in Clearwater, which is not far from me at all, but apparently there was a small plane crash into a mobile home park.
I thought it was a tornado.
Yeah, mobile home park.
I really don't know too much about it. When I went to sleep last night, it just said they didn't know if there were any casualties or what's going on.
Oh, there's casualties.
But I woke up this morning and it looks like there are several, in quotes, dead after a small plane crashes into a Clearwater mobile home park. So for those that are not from this area, that's probably what, like less than 30 minutes from here, 20, 25,
Yeah, it's
something
right,
like that?
it's south of Clearwater Mall. Brian from Philly, 20 on the super chat.
Yes! Brian from Philly was sending me prep last night, and I appreciate it. All right.
Again, Scott Ehlers, the spelling on the last name is E-H-L-E-R-S, Fire Chief with Clearwater Fire and Rescue. Let me start off by saying first that please understand that we're working through a very complicated scene. There's going to be a lot of agencies that are here and are going to be responding in to help coordinate in the investigation of actually what happened. So we're limited on some of the information we can provide, but we'll do our best to get you the right up-to-date information. Earlier this evening at 7:08 p.m., we received for the fire department report of a structure fire here in Bayside.
So how many people have died thus far? Have they just said several? Because that's all this article tells me.
I thought Bay News 9 said 4, but I'm not sure if I made that up because I was half asleep this morning when I saw it. Hey, he's got a great hat. Isn't
I
that,
was noticing that.
That's like one of the most impressive hats I've ever seen.
Yeah, like
that
every 8-year-old boy
the
is
Scottish
like,
Guards.
yeah, exactly. There were deaths in both the plane and one of the mobile homes. Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
That's a scary place to live, a mobile home park. First of all, there's pedophiles everywhere.
Yeah.
Second of all,
Hold on. It's a 55 plus community, and actually, my grandpa used to own that mobile home park.
Oh.
how many pedophiles?
None, it's 55 and over.
Doesn't matter.
It's all. It was all
what about
snowbirds.
sex
I
offenders?
don't think you can be a registered SO and
Yeah.
live in those
Oh,
communities.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was rules and
Okay.
yeah, it was
Well,
it was
see-
mostly snowbirds that would buy into those.
Well, they seem to be magnets for things like tornadoes and airplanes.
I mean, this one was only 3 miles away from the airport.
Well, that's
the
what
approach.
there's 4 mobile home parks in that whole area right there, right off US 19.
But there was, Dan, I don't know if this is what you're referring to. Wasn't there that documentary about the
That's in
mobile
Pinellas
home park?
That's in
Yeah.
Pinellas Park.
Can you send me that? I feel like I've seen the trailer, but I need to see it again where it's just exclusively, I don't know if it's just sex offenders or if it's specifically pedophiles.
Mindy's Mark 20 on the super chat. And
What is
listen,
it
like
called?
I said, my grandpa owned the mobile whole park.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
so what I'm trying to say is that
Not all parks are the same.
Correct. I mean, look, we had a lot of mobile homes growing up. And they were not all pedophiles. So
Were
a lot
any of them
were-
pedophiles?
No, they were all snowbirds that would come down just for the winter because it's a cheap option. You only pay like the rental of the land. The Pinellas Park place has really killed it. Because that's where all the pedophiles, like once you get out of
pedophiles
prison.
still, their money's still green. I wouldn't see any problem with if you owned a bunch of properties that were owned
Would you
by...
rent to a pedophile?
Huh?
Would you rent to a pedophile?
Yeah, 'cause a lot
No,
of
but
rentals,
I mean, some people do, I guess, right? I mean, they got a place to live.
I guess if you're desperate, because you're right. I mean, a lot of places where you try to rent want to do like a background check on
Yeah.
you and things like that. So I get it, but I think they do attract over in a generalized area. I think there's probably a fair number of pedophiles in the average trailer park.
Oh, well, just Florida in general. I mean, this part of town, you can go on, the registry website. You can go see where they all live.
Yeah, this is what living
that's
down
a
the street
dirty
for me.
game.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You're never too far away from one.
No,
Yeah,
they're
like-
everywhere. But even just like a urinating in public, you can get registered as a sex offender. So
Yeah, but we looked those up when we were doing the signs with Stein.
yeah, but
And,
those were like specific crimes. You were going after people who were like touching kids and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like your run of the mill nude in public or even masturbating in public or something like
Yeah,
that.
they were looking for predators.
Yeah.
What's your guy do, Dr. Dan? Was he touching kids?
I don't remember what it was. We looked it up a couple of years ago. It's right up the street too.
Really? I'm sure. It's called
looking-
Perfect Park.
Perfect Park.
Pervert sorry.
Park. Okay, and this is in Pinellas Park, right?
I'm trying to find the trailer. 'cause
Here, I'm trying to find it as well.
It was on
I got
PBS.
it. Here's a little bit of it. I guess it's not really the trailer, but
You guys remember we had a plane crash down the road from here?
Yeah, I
Yes.
sent you the trailer.
oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank
Interesting
you.
how they crash near airports.
That is, I know, it's so strange that does happen. Is very bizarre. Come on, man, play for me.
Would you get in one of those little planes, Dr. Dan?
I've been in a million of those little planes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
Here we go.
It's you always like say, well, I'm just going to chalk this one up to God. But you never know.
Yeah, I mean,
never know.
you went in. Where did you go? You, Bubba,
Fort
and
Walton Beach.
Fort Walton Beach. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, why didn't I go to anything? I don't know where I was. Oh, I was in California. I remember now. Yes.
I've been in even 2-seaters. Like I went to see a prisoner once who was a witness for a guy I was trying to get exonerated, and this lady flew me up in a 2-seater trick plane. That was sketchy. It was like being in a go-kart in the air. It was raw inside. It was just metal.
You know who flies a lot of those? Is Macho.
Really flies?
He's a pilot.
Macho's
a
pilot?
pilot?
Macho's
Macho,
a pilot?
what the hell?
His arms are too big to fly a plane.
Macho, aren't you a pilot?
Could barely fit in there.
Your mic's on, Mach.
Mach.
Sorry, I need a protein bar.
With no gelatin.
Or collagen. No, he doesn't care about that.
Yes, it is a tight fit, and yes, I am a pilot.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Like how many hours you got?
I'm just started, Dan. Come on, cut me some slack here.
Well, I don't know. I mean, are you like a
I'm still
40-hour pilot? Are you getting your license?
Yeah, I'm getting my license.
Oh, you don't have it yet?
No.
Oh, so you're a
pilot in training.
pilot to be.
Still, he goes up in
That's
those little planes.
freaking amazing.
Well,
I
I've
had
been
no
flying with my
idea.
dad since I was like 5. So,
Really? So how many
Really?
hours do you have
Dad's a
formally? Like 50, 60?
with my dad, Jesus,
Hundreds.
years. Yeah,
But how about since you've been actually recording and chewing?
I have to go get my logbook.
He has to go get his logbook. All right, here's a little bit of Pervert Park, the trailer.
great.
I guess
Dude, that is so cool, man.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Will you fly me?
Fly you to the moon. All right, here we
They don't
go.
like sex offenders. They don't need to come in our park. I don't need them bad
I did
mouthing
what
us
I
talking
did.
about pedophiles.
I know why I did it. I know
don't
how
need
I
that.
did
If
it.
they
I
can't be
know
respectful, they don't need to
how
come
I
in the
went
park.
about it. It was a predatorial action. I was a predator. I did that.
But as sickening as this place is, it could hold the key to answering one of the biggest questions of our time.
Fantasies that I've had, and I do that with
How
a
do
very
we stop
select group of
pedophiles from
people.
offending in the first place?
There it is.
It's a nice place.
You'll come out here with me, teddy bear?
It's just a little
Pervert
kid.
Park houses one of the largest concentrations of sex offenders in the United States.
I'm not innocent of having the images.
You did view it.
And I did view it, yeah.
It's crazy that they agreed to have their faces on there, but you know.
They've already lost everything, right?
Yeah, they sure
Exactly.
have. They sure
That
have.
trailer.
And not that I feel bad for those guys or anything, but yeah, it seems like pedophilia isn't as uncommon as you would think it would be, which is unfortunate. So, not good. Going back to sports, I'm sure you guys are well aware that Bill Belichick is no longer. He's officially separated from the Patriots. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then was there maybe some talk that perhaps he'd get picked up by another team, and now all of those hopes are now dashed because the last spot has been filled?
Pretty much.
Okay. I think some Tom Brady has some words on that.
Your part of my career, I really think there was so much people just trying to create some division that some of it, most of it was untrue. For the later.
How do you feel about Bill Belichick? Is he what? They won 6 Super Bowls under him. Is that right?
7.
7?
6.
6? Was it 6?
And were
Brady
they-
won his 7th in Tampa.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so did Bill Belichick win all of them with Brady? Or
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering if
He's one of the
them
most
wasn't.
successful coaches of all time. He's certainly the most successful coach of the last 20 years, except for maybe Kansas City's coach.
Oh, Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. And, he didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
And for some reason, he's falling from grace. So it's kind of bizarre to me.
It's because the team is losing?
Well,
His-
they spent so much money on their quarterback. Their
Yeah.
team was kind of, over the last few years, they've spent so much money on their quarterback until Brady left that I think that after he left, they were suffering like the Bucs suffered with some salary cap issues and things like that. So I don't think they had as strong a team as he was able to put together for the first 18 years of his career.
Yeah, but that wasn't. I mean, let's be honest. That wasn't Brady's fault. Brady was
I'm not
notorious.
calling Brady's fault. I'm just saying it's the fact that the team
Spent
was
a
at
lot of money at the
disadvan-
quarterback position.
Yeah, well, it happened. There's other teams that have done that, have gotten decimated for a couple years afterwards.
What do you think or why do you think, rather, that Bill Belichick was as successful as he was? Did he run the team a certain way? Was he just lucky because he had great players? Or what led to the dynasty of the Patriots that it seems is no longer? But
well, I think Tom Brady and his discipline. And
okay.
I think it was a combination. I mean, what was the guy's name that coached Jordan with the mustache?
Phil Jackson?
Phil Jackson, yeah. I mean, Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan were linked.
Okay. All right. I was wondering if there was something special about his coaching style or if it was really Brady, because I knew that was kind of a topic of conversation where could Brady have won without Belichick and vice versa. And it seems like Brady was the one that was carrying that team not.
I don't think Brady early on, if he would have been drafted by a different team, would have been the Brady that we know.
Really? You think that he was molded by this man right here?
I think he landed in the perfect situation at the perfect time. If he would have went to any other team, he would not be the same quarterback.
Well, why do you think that?
Why? Because he had like his year to sit back. I think they let him develop a little bit, and he grew, and they gave him that chance, and it was just like the perfect situation for Tom Brady.
He also didn't walk into a high pressure situation. Like, he wasn't a guy who entered the NFL with a bunch of expectations. He was a late round draft pick. He was the backup for New England. He only started his first season because Drew Bledsoe got injured. So had Drew Bledsoe never been injured, Tom Brady could have been a career bench warmer.
Correct.
It's kind of like a Dom Mikowski situation.
Sure, yeah. There you go.
Look at me.
I mean,
I'm a sports chick. What can I say?
Because the year that Brady came in, the Patriots were a very good team. They had a very good defense, and he did not have to be the leader. Now, later on in his career, it was Tom Brady had to do a lot of things, but early on there was, like Rhett said, no pressure on him.
Yeah.
So he was able to learn those maybe first 4 years.
Now, with Bill Belichick recently, though, like, the NFL is a what have you done for me recently kind of league.
Really?
And even though a lot of people would consider Bill Belichick one of the greatest coaches of all time, he's had a team full of bums for the last 3 years. And they haven't done anything. They're not getting any better. They're not drafting any better. The years go by and their roster gets worse. So that's on him, because he's, for a long time, had full player control up there in New England.
Yeah, it's sad to me a little bit when I see people, even like with Tom Brady, where their career just doesn't end on a high note, and you just really wish that it would, because it would just tie like such a nice bow on the whole situation. But it seems like Bill Belichick was running the dynasty, and then all of a sudden, like, his team is losing, he can't find a job. It just seems kind of sad.
I think he'll be back.
Yeah,
really? He's 71. I mean,
He's
how long do coaches usually last?
Tom Moore just came back to Tampa Bay for his 46th season of coaching.
Was he
is
84?
85 years old.
Oh.
I mean, Bill Belichick, I've heard this term thrown around. He strikes me as a four-lifer when it comes to the game of football. Like, he's one of those guys that maybe he'll go away, like Nick Saban may plan to do, but I don't see it happening.
No,
I think
he's come out and said that he will coach again.
Yeah, I think one of those head coaching hires that happened over the offseason, more than one of them will end up being a mistake, and I think there's going to be a team ready to get Bill next year.
Yeah, they're going to want the discipline, the maturity, the experience. Yeah. And he has it. And I didn't say that Tom Brady was ever overpaid, but having a high-priced quarterback sometimes makes you sacrifice other parts of the team.
It does, but Tom Brady was notorious for taking less money, so they didn't have to make those sacrifices.
But they still had to make some.
Okay.
Does anyone go from like coaching professional football to college, or is that
no? I mean,
is that kind of a job removed?
Pete Carroll did it.
Jim Harbaugh, who is actually just signed to be the head coach of the LA Chargers. He was the head coach of Michigan. But before he was coaching at Michigan, he was the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers in the NFL for a while. They were moderately successful. They made it to a Super Bowl, didn't win it.
Okay.
But he's a guy who's gone back and forth. Nick Saban coached a little bit in the NFL and then went back to college.
Is that a shameful thing to kind of like
not anymore.
Move backwards?
No, not with the money that they're paying.
Okay. Are they making comparable money to NFL
They're
coaches,
making more money than NFL coaches.
Really? Because of the boosters? Or
yes.
Okay, interesting. I did not know that at all.
And the players are essentially slaves, you know. They don't pay them.
Don't say that.
Whoa.
I don't know about that.
Hold on, Dr. Dad.
No,
by the university.
All right, Colin Kaepernick over here.
The Neil deal now? They pay them millions of dollars. We were just talking yesterday to a gentleman at a university, and he's like, this guy's been getting $2 million a year.
Yeah, but not from the university. It's getting it from other sources, so they're not having to pay them directly.
No. The university also pays them too.
They kick in.
Yeah,
on the nil.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
it
was
comes from
saying
boosters.
some recruits they just want their house paid for, their rent paid for, all that. They don't have to give them like $1 million, but they can give them maybe like $10,000 a month. So they get maybe like what, 120,000.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, but that's not bad for in free college.
Well, let's not forget Saban had his house paid for.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Let's take this call real quick. Hello, who's this?
Sleeves. Come on, Dr. Dan.
Hey, what's up? It's Hot Carl. Don't Google me.
Oh.
That was a total rookie move, and I apologize.
That's
for
okay,
that.
man. Are you all right? We're kind of concerned about you.
You know, I'm actually, yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to vent and say that I was like totally a dingus for not like showing up. And yeah, I do live right here in Tarpon Springs. Like I could walk to.
So why
that
didn't you
place.
attend BARP when you had an invite or the Tropics Like It's Hot event?
I went through a breakup.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could tell.
Totally. Yeah, did not. I was gonna bring her and everything. Like super hot chick I was with.
How long were you
trying
with
to,
her?
6 years.
6 years. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
She was 30. She was 37.
It's a good age.
I'm 28.
Whoa. Okay. Nice.
Did she pass?
Yeah.
On you?
No, I didn't know. I thought she did. I missed it. Did they break up or did she pass?
I think
break up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a breakup.
All right, sorry.
I'm sorry, dude.
I heard everybody say it's tough. I didn't know.
All right. I hope you're not, drinking too much because you sound a little intoxicated right now.
I am drinking too much.
Yeah. You need to. I mean, it's easier said than done, but you probably shouldn't do that.
Dan, what's the best drug or alcohol to have when you're trying to get over a breakup? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah,
here?
give this man some
what's
advice.
What's the best thing to do? I mean, other than drown your sorrows, bang somebody else.
Yeah, that fixes it.
That
fixes
I
it.
did not mean to drop that on you. So
Listen, Hot Carl, do
you
this.
swore or
hope
something.
y'all can forgive me.
Hot Carl, listen, just start exercising and go to the casino.
Oh, jeez.
And just have a couple bingers over there.
Bingers?
What are
It's a
bingers?
50-50 shot that he could win.
You mean binge
he
on a
comes out of
bender?
there with a couple 100,000 in his bank account. He looks a lot better to women. You know what I mean?
Or he loses it all.
He's gonna come out broke, covered in
So
vomit.
then when you're broke, then just start exercising more, get in good shape, and then
What are you
find
trying to
another
ruin Hot
attractive
Carl's
chick.
life? Get out of here.
Carl,
Carl,
Yeah, this is not the move.
Listen, Andrew Tate, who I will refer to right now, said that when you're in a situation like this, you focus on yourself, you focus on your body, your health, your mind, you get your chickens right, you get your mentals right, and work out, try not to overdrink, try to be healthy, reinvent yourself, and replacement is the best medicine.
And look at
I like
that roulette
that.
wheel.
I love that.
I would say the
I
road to getting over the person and the road to getting them back is the same path. Not saying that's your goal, but
Yeah, and it's not the road over the cliff.
yeah,
which
no,
is
no,
where
no,
you're
that
heading
is
now.
not.
Turn
Yeah,
around.
yeah, head back from the
U-turn.
Skyway. But like Dan said, just improving yourself, working on yourself, waking up early, hitting the gym, keeping busy, keeping distracted, and kind of getting back to finding your strengths and kind of leaning into them.
Yeah, when you loathe yourself, no one's going to like
Do
you.
that again. I'm trying to do that again.
But don't self-loathing does not lead to
fasting?
success.
When did the breakup occur?
4 years ago.
Well, April of last year.
Whoa, dude.
Come on, Hot Carl.
Dude, you should look like Macho right now.
What are you
no
talking
kidding.
about? April of last year? I thought you
used
only
to
got.
work out all the time. Like I'm an ectomorph. So like I'm very.
You're just
thin.
skinny, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
You don't really get points for stuff you used to do.
Put on weight, you know.
Okay, April, dude. It's almost been a year.
In April last year? Yeah, no kidding.
No, it was April of 2019.
Well,
That's even worse.
Pre-COVID.
How come you were like jovial a month ago? I don't understand why you took a downturn.
Well,
You ran into her.
My grandma and my pop died.
Oh.
Within the same year, and he died like a few days before my birthday of last year. and which is March 15th.
You want me to remember it? I will now. Thank you. He's like, which is March 15th, by the way.
Right. Anyway, long story short, I wanted to say something because with the intermittent fasting and whatnot.
Why do you need to intermittent fast, dude? You're skinny. Why would you intermittent fast?
Let me bring this. No,
all right,
dude,
go ahead. Why? Why? Go ahead.
I intermittent fast like unintentionally.
Okay.
Like
maybe that's why you're so thin.
Myself, like eating only like one meal a day.
Okay.
All right. Replace the bottle with a protein bar. Eat a couple of them a day.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
It doesn't really count. Intermittent fasting doesn't really count when you're drinking alcohol in between your
Why
meals.
did she break up with you? I can only imagine why.
Well, dude.
Oh boy.
Dude, she had 3 kids, and I was like a rock solid, and I left. Okay.
Okay.
I left.
Wait, you broke
you
up
were
with
rock
her?
solid, and then you left. That doesn't really sound like you're rock solid. Okay.
I left because oh
boy.
Uh-oh.
When you're a stepfather for freaking 6 years, and the other guy's in jail or whatever, and then he comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Asking to be back in their life or whatever.
I'm sorry, I missed it. You said this is their father?
Yeah, the old father was in jail, comes out of jail, now wants to get integrated back into the family. He didn't like it, and so he skated.
All right, so you left, and then what?
And guess what? Guess what? They were 3, 5, and 12 when I met them, and at the end, 17,
Right.
11,
We can add
and
6.
8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going through it right now.
Yeah, but this happened in April. I'm not saying you need to be completely over it. I understand that breakups can be painful and it takes a long time.
To it. I mean, it's
all right. Well, I think that's enough, and we do it. Yes, Lummy, I got it. I got it, Lummy.
Anyways.
All right. I hate to cut you off because you sound sad. Don't do anything dumb, okay? Go to the gym. Put the bottle down.
Oh, I love the gym.
I'll see you at the casino.
Doesn't sound like it. All right, buddy. I hope you're okay. We'll be back after this.
Why bother with broadcasting excellence when you can have broadcasting decadence instead? The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Something to
Fill her back up.
I mean, for something to take his mind off the
Yeah,
real
that's what I'm saying.
The real dad coming back into the picture.
Just be like, hey, I'm free.
Oh man.
He's 28.
He's 28.
That's what he said.
And she was 37.
Oh, that's right. Oh God, man. I mean,
Hold on, he dated her for 6 years, so he was 22 when he met her. Guess what? He got a long life to live.
what do they say? You get 1 month to mourn for every year you've been with somebody.
Yeah. Really?
I don't know. I think I might have made that up.
No, I've heard that.
Is that
So 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
So he should be way over
He's
it.
like 4 months past due.
Yeah.
Wait, 6 months for every year you've been?
No. 1 month of mourning for every year that you're with somebody.
I've never heard that.
I've heard that one.
Thank you, Lummy.
I actually lived by that one for.
You were married for like a decade, weren't you?
No. I was only married for a couple years. I was with the person for
Yeah.
12 years.
Oh,
What up,
shit.
YouTube?
That's a whole year.
Took me a whole year.
Okay, good. Look at you now. Thriving. Thriving.
What's up, CC? Hall, Tile Guru, Carton Ivor, Kate Hours. What the fuck?
When did you meet Phoebe, son?
Organic Gene.
Shit. Probably. I don't know. Probably like 2003.
Never. Forever.
It's like half your life ago.
Xerxes 69. Wrestler 91.
I'm trying not to go too far back in the past.
Yeah,
Scary.
I understand.
Rudy.
What What up, Grouper Lips?
Mindy's Mark. Rack bomb.
All right, Rumble. I'm here. What's
I
going
saw
on,
that,
Nick?
Jason, Kathy. We're going to talk about that.
What up, Yenzer?
Wicker Ticker. Gary Chantrell.
Chaluga. That's it. Could you fix this? Obviously.
What?
Somebody. Sweet Lips Lou working.
The Sweet Lips Lou, the bowler guy?
Yeah. So this is what they did for him on Stitches.
That's stitching it?
Yeah.
They didn't stitch it?
Yeah.
That's fucking horrible. Where
They
that
gave him
happened?
the tape.
What's up, Jason
The
and
whole hand
Patty?
shredded.
Huh?
It's all
Shalom.
hand shredded. They should have stitched it up with like 10 stitches.
2 days ago.
You can't do anything now. Just dress it. Silvadine.
Oh, really?
Silvadine and cover it. Yeah, it's too late to stitch. Sister Girl Tees, good morning.
It happened at work too. And
Really?
They took him to Tampa General, and that's what they did.
That's fucking bullshit. Dan Orlando, good morning. Slither.
So should you start putting Silverdine on it now?
Yeah. Looks all fucked up. How old is he?
40.
Does he smoke?
44 now.
Bubba's grain of rice. Good morning. Dark Match, good morning. Caviar tacos, what's up?
Oh, man.
Unity 17, Dark Match. Tippy Short Stroker.
Oh shit, what's up, Longwood?
Big Country.
Not to be confused with Langwood.
2988.
There's a-
Let's quit.
We got a Langwood versus Longwood.
Do they dislike each other?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, we. What's up, Longwood?
Where are you on?
What's up, Bubba's Ankles? What's up, One Fractured One?
Yeah, Snowzook, he loves to. What's up, Nick the Gun Guy?
Nick?
Thanks again, too, Nick.
Tell Amber I said hi.
Skippy77, thank you.
What up, Bubba?
Yinzer in Florida.
Oh, that's Leslie.
Sister Cool Tees.
What's up, Nashes? Spencer.
Snook, shut the fuck up, dude. Nobody
Michael
talks about
Bourne.
Biden, man. My fucking birthday
I don't know,
yesterday.
Big
Think
Country, I
I'm
don't
jerking
know
off to the
that story.
news. What up, Sister Girl Tees?
JLE Chuga 2011. Doesn't roll my phone. It's a tough one.
Jay Chalupa?
Wicker Ticker. Maybe I'm not saying it.
What's up, Caviar Tacos? Dark Match Steve.
Thank you, Daniela.
I'm on both, brother. Big Country. Like I said, I'm not sure.
Nowhere near the rare air at the top of the heap. I mean, we know what's important. More like the bottom feeders existing on the scraps of society.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Welcome back. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge show. Bubba's not here, but he will be back on Monday. Fear not. Check out BRP if you're in the Ocala area. I think they got some stuff going on this weekend.
Yes, they do.
Anybody listening from Nashville?
The Dashes are in chat.
Oh, wonderful. Nashville from Ocala, not Nashville, Tennessee. We're talking about the Nashes post up shop for 2 weeks. They hang out. They have a good time. They know how to party, both those boys. Happy birthday to Mitch yesterday. He turned 38, by the way. That's what I found out. I thought he was much younger than that, but,
Mushrooms keep you youthful.
I suppose they do. If weed and mushrooms keep you youthful, well, he's just absolutely killing it.
And the great Hudson O'Neal won last night at
wonderful. I love Hudson O'Neal. That's fantastic.
All right, I had 20 on him with the parlay for tonight. Thank you.
Nice. Awesome. Parlay that bad boy up.
813-90 Bubba, if you're in BRP or Nashville and you want to kind of give us an update on the chaos that's going on, I'd appreciate that. So thank you very much. Dr. Dan, you brought this to my attention. This is some local news that's exciting because it kind of references your father.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Airport CEO announces he will step down in 2025. His name is Joe Lapano?
Lapano, yes.
Lapano, okay.
He's done more for this airport since its inception than any other person. And he's retiring next year, but he's the one that really opened up the airport, expanded it, expanded the coverage, some of the flights to like England and other countries. He's expanded a lot of the international flights.
Okay.
And did a lot of the renovations. It's one of the best. I've flown a lot, commercially. And it really is one of the best airports. The luggage takes no time at all. It's so easy to get to where you need to go. You never have to walk more than 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a great airport. Whereas, you go to Miami and you're walking and you get like a cramp in your stomach. It sucks.
Yeah.
But Tampa City Council member Bill Carson was, also had a really nice quote. And he sums it all up this way. He says, Joe has taken the airport further than any of us could have expected. Lapano's tenure at the airport is the legacy of the late Steve Burton and late Joe Diaco, who, along with the rest of the Aviation Authority Board, believed in a greater vision for our beloved airport. So
awesome.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Steve Burton. And thanks, Dad, for helping make our airport one of the premier airports in the world.
Yes, that is fantastic. I did read yesterday that some pilot was in Denver at the Denver airport, and there was like a plate missing on the little escalator deal, and his foot got caught. And
that's catastrophic.
Yeah, it ate his shoe, it ate part of his foot, and he messed up his shoulder because he fell. So not good. Denver airport is certainly getting sued.
Oh, yeah.
Do other people around the country know that TIA is one of the best airports? Because I know everybody.
TPA?
TPA. I know everybody around here praises it so much. I didn't know if it had caught on.
No, it's
TIA.
nationally recognized as one of the best airports.
Seth was right. It's TIA, at Tampa International Airport.
Yeah, TIA.
Oh, I thought I don't know. Every time I look it up, it says TPA. But
so do you ever? You're into conspiracy theories. Do you ever have information or thoughts about the underground structures at the Denver airport?
I heard about that when I was in Denver.
No, I haven't heard about this
like
at
a whole
all. Are these
city.
like Hamas tunnels or what's going on?
No, like end of the world,
For the politicians,
for
right?
the politicians, yeah. There's like seeds, like the whole 9 yards.
You're not talking about, and I forgot what it's called. It's not CENTCOM, obviously, but you're not talking about that thing in the mountains.
No,
bunker
he's talking
deal?
about underneath. They built these
a whole
huge
city,
tunnels. Yeah,
a whole city.
Oh, no.
They call it the
underneath
fallout, like a fallout shelter that's secret.
Does any other airport have something like that, or is this just specific to Denver?
It's Denver.
It's just Denver.
Well,
it's a lot of conspiracy. There's been a ton of conspiracy about what goes on underneath Denver Airport for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not on it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you hadn't heard about that.
No, I hadn't heard about this at all. Completely missed my radar. Hello, who's this?
Almost Joe the Supermarket.
What's up, Joe? How you doing?
I'm blessed. I just found out a piece of information yesterday that shook me to my core. I couldn't stop staring at the screen for minutes. It was unbelievable.
Minutes?
It
Wow.
turns out Marty Jannetty is going to have one of his legs amputated.
Who's that?
Wrestler.
Oh, oh my God, that's
From what?
terrible.
Why?
Like partying.
From a healthy lifestyle.
Does he have Sugarfoot?
Remember he stayed at Bubba's house for a couple months?
Yeah.
Bubba had to kick him out. He was doing drugs the whole time.
Oh, I do remember that story, yes.
So I guess the doctor said they called him up the same day his sister died. He just found that out. The doctor called him up and said that I guess he had been having ankle issues since 2021, and now he has to have a leg amputated. So no more super kicks.
That sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Any other news?
That was the big news that hit me. I really haven't focused on much else after that. I'm going to rely on y'all for the rest of the news.
All right. Sounds good, Joe. Thank you for calling in, buddy. Talk to you later. This was brought to my attention. Well, I mean, I saw it in the news, but before I did, Brian from Philly texted me last night, and he's like, yo, did you see this? Because I've been talking about this movie a lot, because I don't really watch movies very often, or I don't really have any shows that I watch except for Love on the Spectrum, which is, I find it funny. Everyone else thinks it's sweet, so I think that there's something wrong with me. But I watched this movie recently called Killers of the Flower Moon, and I was raving about it, and it was like 3.5 hours, but I watched the whole thing because it was really good. Apparently, I think it was yesterday, the Killer of Flower Moon's producer, his wife, jumped to her death from an LA hotel, and she is a British aristocrat, mother of twins who addressed the UN, worked with British Prime Minister, and partied with Amy Winehouse. So a woman of many talents, but apparently she wasn't feeling it anymore, and she jumped to her death from a hotel in LA.
But I thought they said they found her in the pool.
She was found lying by the pool area.
Lying by the pool. Oh, I thought it was in the pool.
Yeah, no, I think she hit the ground. I don't know if she died immediately. I think that there's
by the pool.
Yeah, no. Is it like how many stories can you initially survive? Because I feel like
you could fall off a stool and die. You can't say that. It's hard to say. I mean, it depends on where you land and how you land.
Sure.
You know, my uncle had a horrible thing happen to him.
Yeah.
I may have told this story. He took some girl to Paris. And he had a bunch of his, his European friends that would, they go to Europe a few times a year, and he brings this young girl to Paris, and she is just like, off of breakup. And so she's kind of like, up and down and flat and kind of acting weird, and he's getting really irritated. And so maybe his second night there, she decides to stay home, and he goes out without her. Well, when he gets back, he gets arrested for her death or attempted death because she jumped off the balcony and hit the ground.
How old was she?
And I don't know, probably 30 years younger than him.
Okay.
But they thought that he threw her off the balcony.
Yeah.
And they put him in jail for like 4 days until she regained consciousness. Somehow she lived. Yeah, she didn't die. She hit like bushes and landed in pebbles, and it was just enough to break her fall.
He didn't have like an alibi while he was gone?
They didn't care. They didn't care. And they kept moving him around to different prisons. This is France. They don't have the same kind of habeas corpus protections.
That is true.
And so, when they'd put him in a cell with another prisoner who would be trying to like fish information out of him, and it was really spooky. So finally, when she wakes up, and then suddenly they find her suicide note. It didn't mention him, and so he was, he never went back.
And she lived.
She lived.
Okay.
But she jumped off, I want to say 5th, 6th story.
Okay.
So somehow she lives. Like I said, you could die tripping and hitting your head, and you can survive 4 or 5 stories.
Yeah, if something kind of breaks your fall. There is actually someone in my family who died by suicide by jumping off of a building. This is my dad's uncle in South Africa, apparently. He obviously had mental problems, and I think it was a situation regarding a woman, but he was also, it happened to be Nelson Mandela's doctor. And I think he knew some stuff and was getting in trouble with the government, and I think it was just all too much for him to handle. My family didn't really talk about it too much. I found out about it when I was probably a teenager, and they don't even really know. They didn't ask a lot of questions, but he just one day decided, I'm done, and just jumped off a building.
Oh, goodness.
Pretty crazy stuff. Happy Friday, everybody. 813-90 Bubba. This other story also involves death, but me and Seth are obsessed with it.
I mean, it's a story that just, you seem to get new information every day, and I'm surprised.
Isn't it great?
I'm surprised toxicology came back so quick. I feel like that.
It's not the official report, I don't think.
Okay.
It's like what the cops found at the scene has emerged, but I think they contacted, I don't know if it's the department. They said no official report has been released, but deceased KC Chiefs fans, the ones that froze outside, early toxicology indicates cocaine and fentanyl in system. So We were right. We kind of knew where this was headed. It is a very strange story where just 3 people freeze to death outside, and then with the friend who owned the home who went upstairs and took a nap for 2 days straight in front of a fan with headphones on. It just, a lot of stuff isn't adding up.
Well, it does add up to me.
It does?
They were all doing the same thing.
Mhm.
He was home. They were outside.
Right.
And they all passed out for 2 days.
Yeah,
Except
no-
they passed out in the freezing cold, and he passed out in the comfort of his own home.
Right. But initially, they didn't say anything about drugs. They suspected it. So,
they were all on the
course.
same stuff. They
Yeah.
all did the same thing, and it's absolute blind ass luck. If they had just passed out on the couch, they'd be alive.
They said the fentanyl level, I mean, I don't know anything about it. They said the fentanyl levels, I guess, if it gets to 10, it's deadly. And they said that these guys were up to 30 in their system.
Jesus. So did they even really die because they froze to death, or they probably just OD'd?
It could have been either one. If they fell
Yeah.
asleep outside, they could have died from exposure. And if they OD'd, it's a similar death. You just stop breathing.
Yeah. I'm wondering how the Jordan Willis, the homeowner, survived if he took, comparable amounts of fentanyl and
Again, that's what I
cocaine.
think. I don't think it was a lethal dose. I
Yeah.
think it was enough for them to be asleep for a long, long time.
Mhm.
And, you just can't do that outside in
the snow.
In the freezing cold
Right,
while
yeah.
watching your favorite football team.
No, they didn't even get to watch it.
Oh, that's right. So they died before the game was over.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I was confused. I'm like, why are they watching the game outside? And they're like, they weren't. They were just, like you said, probably
Pre-party.
hot from doing the drugs. Went outside for a quick, I don't know, sniff. Before you know it, they're frozen to death.
And that's why the homeowner decided that he was going to rehab. I think he announced yesterday. And I know that he's an HIV scientist, but they said that they called his nickname was the chemist. So I'm wondering if he made drugs at his house. I'm wondering if he was the guy.
Yeah,
I don't
Walter
know.
White kind of deal.
Yeah, I don't know what you make if you're a chemist or anything, but it seems like he might have been
bombs and drugs.
It seems like he might have been the go-to guy.
Yeah, I like that. Here's a little bit of that.
Dan Abney, 1999 Super Chat.
Seems like the victims were incapacitated, and that's how they froze to death. And that leads you to, well, were they under the influence of something? And then you see that the guy in the house has now gone.
This guy's like 70, right?
Harvey?
Yeah, he's like super jacked. I mean, I know he's on some stuff, but he looks great.
to rehab. So it feels like they're kind of circling that. Do I have that right?
Nancy, Clayton's mother, has utmost faith in the prosecutor's office and the police department. And what the prosecutor was relaying to them is that it's the early stages of the investigation. It's unclear if there was a criminal act, and that's what the police investigate.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone's getting investigated for a homicide here, but is there a possibility, Dan, that the Jordan Willis guy...
The chemist will be charged for all deaths.
Really?
Yeah. If they
Okay.
all took what he made, absolutely.
But what if he didn't make it, but he perhaps if he supplied
Regardless,
it?
supplied it,
Yeah.
made it, shared it. He's the only one
Okay.
left. They all go down.
Yeah.
Pride Farm, Johns Island, 25 on cash.
Thank you.
But how can they prove that he's the one who supplied it or made it?
Well, the investigation is ongoing. They'll find stuff, hopefully daily, because we've been getting daily updates for like the past week, and it's been kind of awesome. I hate to say I've really attached myself to this story, but I'm fully involved in this thing.
So you can have fentanyl in your system and not die automatically?
Yes, fentanyl's
man, how
used
much
every
you-
day.
Okay.
Medically.
use?
It's just a small amount's okay. It's just that it's so concentrated and too much is easy to happen.
Yeah, and because there's such a huge because they said cocaine and fentanyl, which makes me think that did they even know that there was fentanyl in the
Right,
cocaine? Because
exactly.
that's been what do they call it? Mixed with the cocaine lately, which is why so many people are just dropping dead because they think they're just doing blow, and then all of a sudden they OD on fentanyl. So
Yeah,
it's
or
not
they think
good.
they're doing anything else. It could be, Molly, ecstasy, whatever you want
Yeah,
to call it.
yeah.
And it's laced with something else.
Which I don't. Again, I know we talk about this a lot, and it's cheaper and this and that. But if you're the cartel and you're trying, you want your clientele to stay alive so that they can take more of your product, it seems to be odd that you would
agree.
dose it with something that would kill them. It just doesn't make any sense to
Now,
me.
am I saying this right? The Sinaloan cartel?
Sinaloan?
Sinaloan
Yeah.
cartel? They've said publicly that they will kill anyone that cuts their drugs
Yeah.
with fentanyl because
It's
like you're
messing with the
saying,
supply chain, yeah.
it hurts the business.
Bottom line, yeah, it sure does. Hello, who's this?
Hey, Anna, it's Farva.
What's up, Farva?
With my walk.
Oh,
Hey,
great.
I'm doing good. I got two things for you. Okay.
You got two
Number
what?
one,
I'm sorry.
Two things for
Okay,
you.
sorry.
two
two things for
Gotcha.
you. In 1984, when I was like 12, 13 years old, I fell 65 feet out of a tree and walked away from it.
65 feet?
The thing that saved my life, the thing that saved my life is like the last 15 feet. I hit like 4 branches.
Okay.
And I landed on my back.
You landed on your back?
And I landed on my back, and I got up, and I was dizzy for about 15, 20 minutes. And I stood there, and all my friends that were there were like, holy crap, you just fell out of that tree.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And I said, I'm good. And I got up, and I started walking around, and I walked all the way home, and they told my dad. And so he rushed me to the hospital because he didn't know if I had any type of injuries to my back or to my neck or my
Which is
head.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did CAT scans and all that type of stuff, and it came back completely negative to anything. And the doctor goes, "How you didn't die, or at least paralyzed, I'll never understand it."
Yeah, you're a lucky
And
man.
I think it was a pine needle, I guess, that I hit the ground.
Oh,
Pine needles are cushy. They help too. Yeah, they do help. It depends on what you landed. Like I said, it depends on how you fall, where you land, how you land. Depends on a lot. Jimmy Cleavis fell off a second-story building once.
What?
Yeah, there's a big dent in the concrete when he landed.
Oh.
But he did
You should
fall,
see the
and he wasn't
concrete.
hurt. He fell and he wasn't hurt. So sometimes you can get lucky.
The second thing I got is, like Dr. Dan said, how that chemist, if he does not go to prison, I'll never understand that. I had a buddy of mine who I worked with. I worked with him for like 25 years, and then he got fired from our job. And I found out later that he did something like 5 years in prison because he liked to make hallucinogenics or psychedelics or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And some girl that was like 17 years old bought some of his product, was at a party, OD'd on it. They were able to trace it back to him, and he went to prison.
Wow.
Jeez.
Well, I guess the chemist and Alec Baldwin will be hanging out in Morocco trying to evade extradition.
Hold on. What other chick? That story blows my mind. That stabbed the guy 180 times.
Oh, yeah. She's fine. She's cool.
And
Yeah.
she just got 2 years probation.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Like,
I know. It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense anymore.
Great show all week long, and 2 Live Jew yesterday was fantastic.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Mental breakdowns are super hot right now. Appreciate it. I really enjoyed the 2 Live Jew. I think people will get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of along the lines of what we've been doing, which is just, pouring our hearts out and trying to help each other, which we're not skilled to do whatsoever.
No,
so.
just the blind leading the blind.
Yeah, I
but
think people like that, though. That's what they're doing in their life. That's what we're doing in ours.
It's like Thelma and Louise in real life.
It sure is. Just people with their mental
ideas.
problems. But I think it offers people a glimpse into how we're feeling. And I think that if anybody's feeling a similar way, they feel less. It sounds cliche, but like they do. That you feel less alone when other people are going through issues and they kind of work through problems and they have the same doubts as themselves. I look at people like Dr. Dan and Bubba, and I'm like, wow, not that they're narcissists or anything, but it seems like they never suffer from any sort of self-doubt or self-esteem issues. And I would love to kind of have that coursing through my body at all times. But unfortunately, me and Seth live a much different life. So.
He's calling shenanigans on the D. The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
And there's a couple other big guys in it, and it's one of those movies where it's just two dumbasses doing dumbass things.
Is it a comedy?
No, it's on drugs and stuff like that, and it's like they're just not making good decisions. It's
I like bad
story.
decisions.
It's the.
Does it make you feel better about yourself? Because I could use one of those right now.
I make bad decisions sometimes, but the thing is that it doesn't matter. That's the bottom line. Is it doesn't fucking matter. And my uncle, who's in his 80s, I think he may have just turned 90, but he's in his upper 80s, used to say that to himself at night, and he was stressed out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if you think about all the shit that's fucking you up right now, and if you were to write the 10 top things that are just eating your ass right now, and you put them in a bag, you open up that bag 2 months later, 8 of those things took care of themselves. And so that's one of the things, and I've tried to learn that because, I feel, talk about putting out fires. I feel like I have a whole infantry shooting fiery arrows at me every day. And I got to deal with so much bullshit and stress and aggravation and frustration and sadness and hurt. And it's just one of those things, is like you just become like, Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, and just keep blocking the punches. Keep blocking the punches. And
But it catches up with you, man.
it does catch up with you. You get tired sometimes, and I've had moments where I'm just in my couch in the carriage house and crying because it's just been too much.
Yeah.
And then you get a fucking phone call for some other problem you got to put out. It's like, did you ever watch 24 with Kiefer Sutherland?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know how like always it's like disaster to disaster to disaster, and like season 3, there's a moment where he's in a helicopter, and he has a moment to cry, and he cries for about 52 seconds, and then the phone rings. It's not a disaster. And that's how I feel I am. You know what I mean? The disasters prevent me from being sad about the disasters.
Okay, well, that's good though, right? I mean, you don't want to wallow in the disasters because
Because you face them, you overcome as many as you can overcome. You take your hits, you heal. I mean, my life's not all peaches and fucking.
Oh no, dude!
cream.
I know you got a lot going on, man. Everybody's got a lot of stuff going. I mean, I totally see it.
But if you get hung up on the minutia, it drives you fucking crazy. You just gotta let that shit roll off your shoulders. If I got hung up on everything that would hang most people up, I'd be in a fucking grave, or I'd be in a padded room, or I'd be in jail. So, and I'm probably that far from all three.
All right, guys, leave Dr. Dan alone next time you're fucking sick or something. We gotta get Jesus. He's explaining he's on the brink here. No, he's right, man. It's life is fucking overwhelming.
It's a tight wire.
It's a lot.
And it bothers me. It does hurt. All this shit hurts, but I just like. It's like you have to.
You gotta absorb it.
You just gotta absorb it because everyone gets kicked in the balls every day, and some people just are make a decision. It's like, when you're there's 2 things that I think are really good metaphors. One is guilt, but you can replace guilt with sadness, and guilt is like luggage. If you fucking put it down, you let go of it. You don't have to hold on to it anymore.
Right.
Just decide, make a decision. I'm going to let go of this guilt. I'm not going to be sad about this anymore. And you can't do it 100% of the time, but you can do it 85% of the time. And it streamlines all that fucking weight on your shoulders. And that's another thing that I don't know if you do this, but I had a tarot reading 20 fucking years ago. And the guy's like, "You're a turtle." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Because you take care of everyone's problems and your shell protects you. But what you need to do," he literally said that to me. I'm like, and I'm coming off my boat, like in Miami.
Right.
With customs. I'm waiting to clear customs on my boat. And I'm with my captain and the guy, like the dock master, whatever the guy was. It wasn't dock master. He was more than a dock master. He was like an immigration guy. So we're in his office waiting. And he reads his tarot cards and he says, "But you have to do one thing. You have to take a shower every night and wash all that shit off of you. Because your shell protects you, but it's covered in all the shit coming at you."
It's an analogy, yeah.
So at night, take a shower and think about for a second. You're just washing all of that stress, all the other people's problems off of you at night, and it helps. And when I take a shower, I actually think about that every night.
Man, I wonder. I mean, I know showers. Sean was talking about it. How kind of how.
When do you shower?
Snap.
Night.
Like in the afternoon and at night. Like normally, like right around when I get home here, and then at night. But I mean, a lot of the times it helps. Like when I'm having anxiety and stuff like that. Like you go in the shower and it changes.
Rinse off that.
Yeah.
Let it wash and think about it metaphorically. It's like when you vision yourself like floating over water and you're trying to meditate.
Yeah.
Just feel that shower wash away all of your fucking stress.
Do you meditate?
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, I masturbate.
Oh, nice.
Meditation and masturbation, they rhyme, so I figured they go together.
You're tight on time, so I get it.
What's up, Timothy?
Did you see
some good stuff right there on the hot mic.
Robot he has? His old robot.
No, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Folds clothes, it does laundry.
Oh no, that's awesome. I saw a robot folding clothes. That's his.
Yeah, this one is. But yeah, you didn't see him folding clothes?
I saw a robot fold.
You're hearing the world through his prism.
You got a sick and twisted world perspective.
That's almost a challenge for me now.
Bubba.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. You are listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Bubba's not here. He'll be back on Monday, rest assured. In the meantime, feel free to send dollars. Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, Bits, anything but Venmo, please and thank you, at the Bubba Army. I feel like the next segment is going to really rile up Dr. Dan, and that's my goal.
He was just talking about trying to calm down.
Here's more problems on your shell.
I'm literally like a heartbeat away from jail, death, or a padded room, and you want to just keep effing with me. So go for it. Let's go.
I was really appreciating just listening to the conversation you were having with Seth. I walked in probably midway through it, but I liked the analogy. I wouldn't think that you would get a tarot reading, but you said about 20 years you got one, and it was a life-changing experience for you, or like what happened exactly?
Well, I was a captive audience because when you come back from the Bahamas by boat, when you get to the first port, they have to do an immigration check. And so we had like 8 people with us. And so I'm stuck in this guy's office with my captain for about an hour as we're trying to get through this all.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, by the way, I read tarot cards. I'm like, oh, let's do a little reading. And because it was my boat, they're like, okay, you're the guy that they're going to read. And he called me a turtle and said that I, bear everyone's problems and stresses, which is pretty freaking true.
Yeah.
And then his suggestion to me was to shower at the end of every day to wash all those problems off of my shell. And it works. I do shower every night right before bed, almost always right before bed.
Yeah.
And I consciously think about washing away the stress and the frustration and the anger and the sadness and all of it. And it helps. And I was
just
also
thinking
telling
that metaphorically,
metaphorically, and visualizing that as you're in the shower, like just like the dirt literally coming off of your back. And I was also telling Seth that guilt and sadness are 2 things that you can make a decision to let go of, like luggage. Like if you can hold it, you can put it down, let go of it, and your guilt is gone. And anger can be the same. You can do that with anger as well.
That tears people up. They hold on to it for years.
Let it go, man. Put the freaking suitcase down, and all of a sudden you're lighter. You move faster. It's easier. And it's hard to, but if you really try, about 80 or 90% of the time, you can. And everything that's stressing you out right now, if you put the top 10 things in a bag and open the bag in a couple months, you'll realize that 8 of those 10 problems solve themselves.
Right. Yeah, or you were just worried about nothing. And I think this is kind of the advice we often give to Bubba, because we feel like he harbors a lot of anger on things. And I think a lot of people think that when you tell them to let go of anger, that you're saying that, it's about forgiveness and letting the person get away with something. But it's not about that. It's about yourself finding peace and not letting all that stress and anger kind of build up on you over the years, because it destroys people.
But what if the person doesn't realize what they did was wrong, Dr. Dan, and that really harbors and pisses you off?
Well, I mean, you can educate them.
Then it's fine. Then you can
what
be
if
angry
you
for life.
tried to educate them, and they're just so stupid that they still think it's your fault?
Who are you referring to?
Don't worry about what I'm referring to.
I think I see what you're trying to do. It's a little unclear, but are you saying in that case it's okay to harbor anger forever?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
fine.
what if you educated this person on what they did to F you over?
Yeah.
And all these other things.
Maybe stole your career and your job.
They blamed you for it, and they believe that, and they've never, ever apologized or done anything to say, my bad. You're saying that you can just go, you're forgiven.
I didn't say forgiveness.
But
letting go of the anger.
I'm talking about the anger. You don't have to forgive them, but if you're angry about it, it's not helping you.
Yeah.
You don't have to forgive them. You don't have to go buy them a big birthday gift next year and shower them with flowers and praise. You can still have you can still have a little bit of that, but the anger part, you just can't let it eat you up. You win.
How do you
by
win?
letting it go?
Yeah.
You win. Yes, you
Yeah.
do. Because if they're able to, because if their act affects you for the rest of your life, they won.
Yeah. The person who
You can
cares
get him
less
back.
wins.
Vengeance.
Yeah.
Get him back. If that's what you need to let go of your anger,
kill him.
Get him back.
Oh.
Okay, so Doctor, if Doctor.
I mean, when it's ever effed me, I've gotten back. By the way,
but what if
some people 10 years later, I've gotten every a-hole back.
Do you have a list?
It's in my head. I got a list. You know I got a list.
Oh, I know. I hope I'm not on it.
I memorize it. No, you're not on it.
Okay, good.
Seth was on it, but he's not anymore.
Okay. Woo! He's off the list.
But see, Doctor, I don't think it's been big enough for you to realize that. Like, let's say you walk in today to Dr. Dan Diaco's office.
Oh, here we go.
And it's boarded up, and you're like, what's going on? And then let's say you had a partner, and the partner goes, well, it's closed down. It's your fault. We gave it all to Dr. Blah, blah, blah down the street. And you literally could forgive that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You could. Where you don't have a pot to piss in. You don't have a doctor office to go to. You're not a
He's
lawyer
going on
anymore.
the list. He's going on the list.
Yeah, but you can literally just forgive him. You could take your little
I didn't
bag.
say- no, I didn't say-
no, I'm sorry. Not forgive, but you could just let that go.
No, I didn't say let it go either. That's not what I said.
But you cannot.
I said drop the anger, focus on how to get him back. But do it surgically and unemotionally, and the get back's even better. Because nothing's better than when someone wakes up and says to himself,
Okay, so you want revenge?
Did he just F me?
Okay, so
Did I just
okay.
F? Who did it?
I
And so
understand what you're saying.
If you can do it with precision,
Stay
if
on
you can
task, but
yes.
drop the emotion.
Because vengeance is best served cold. And if you go in angry, you make mistakes. If you get him back with a cool, calm head, you'll get him back without screwing yourself.
Okay, so you're saying just
So
sell the
let's
vengeance to
have
try to
a-
screw that guy, but just don't do it angrily.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Does that make
Then-
sense?
If you need
No,
help
I can
planning,
jump on
if
that.
you need help planning that, I'll help you. Sounds fun.
Okay.
It's okay. He'll wash it off at night in the shower.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be
Exactly.
getting with you, Dr. Dan. Let's go out for some.
Let me- was that
I don't like
question-
the son of a bitch either, Lummy. I'm with you on this one.
Was that question based off real life events, Lummy? I don't know if you're
Yes.
speaking for. Okay.
Yes, he's mad, and I understand why he's mad. And the guy's an asshole.
Of course.
So I met him. In fact, he was such an asshole that I couldn't spend more than 3 minutes with him in the same, not even outside.
Think he's
Wasn't even
talking
in the
about
same room.
Calta, so.
No, we're not talking about
The
Calta.
seafood
We're
guy?
not talking. We're talking about
Yeah.
the Peruvian.
Yeah.
Oh, that
And
guy.
he's a dick.
And,
Oh, you're talking about you. I thought you were talking about somebody else.
well,
Lummi.
I mean, they
he's
could
talking about
technically be that, but yeah.
Sure, sure.
It's Stone Joe.
The guy was
I
such
gotcha.
an evil person. I couldn't even sit outside in a table with him.
And Stone Joe Logano.
And Stone Joey Logano.
Yeah, which was
Gotcha,
also
Sticky
another
Fingers
guy that
Joe.
I just wanted to hit every time I saw.
I
You
never
know, some
met
people
him.
are like that. You just see them, you just want to kick them in the freaking teeth.
It's
when
just
you see
a
them.
punchable face.
It's a punchable everything. Kind of like Babyface does to me. When I see him, I just want to smack him, just right across the head. Just want one.
Yeah.
A big slap, like a loud slap. Not even a hard one, but more of a loud one.
Did you hear him yesterday about your heater?
My heater.
The
No, I
heater.
didn't
Were
see
you
him.
calling him a fat seal? I thought that was you.
I didn't call him a fat seal.
Oh, because he was making fun of you for being a pussy for having the space heater because you get cold.
I mean, realistically,
That's what he said. Not my words.
Well,
his.
if he ever drank a protein shake in a 50-degree morning, he'd understand what it's like to be cold.
I told him. I told him.
Drink a cold protein shake. dude.
I had your
Cools you
back,
off.
Dr. Dan. I called him a
Thanks.
fat seal.
A fat
Oh,
seal.
you call him that.
Yeah.
I thought Dan was in
So if
chat.
a shark bit him, he'd bite him twice.
Yes.
Or if a shark bit me, he'd be like, it's not a seal.
Exactly.
You're too lean.
Not
too
greasy
lean and
enough.
strong.
This grease ball is not greasy enough.
Even Macho had your back on that one.
Thank
He
you.
did. Hello, is this?
Hey, it's Jim from Richmond, Virginia.
What's up, Jim from Richmond, Virginia?
So I haven't listened to the show yet because I listened to tape delay, but it's interesting you guys have been talking about the meditation and Dr. Dan. And look up Jeff Warren. He's a mindfulness meditation coach. I listened to him on the Calm app, and he does a 30-day. This is to your guys' conversation yesterday, but he does a 30 days meditation for beginners.
Okay.
And it's great because I'm not into it like everything you talked about yesterday. I didn't think I could get into it, but this guy got me into it, and it's made a world of
you're not going to
difference
be
for me.
good at it at first, and you're going to think that it's not working for you, but it's a practice. It's not something you just do and you can automatically do well. But you found success with it? How long are these meditations, like 10 minutes a day or something?
Yep, I start my morning. Well, before I head out to work, I do it.
Great.
So I don't start my morning, but before I leave for work, I do it. And yes, I've been doing it for 4 years now.
What made you start doing
I'm
it?
still no good at it. I'm sorry, what?
What made you start doing it, getting into meditation?
I hit my rock bottom.
Okay.
I was having panic attacks.
Okay.
I had an incident at work that led to daily panic attacks for a week.
Okay.
And I was at my wit's end. I had to find something, and it worked for me.
Okay. I will do that. I will absolutely do that. I've been thinking about waking up with Sam Harris, but maybe I'll check out the Calm app instead.
But specifically Jeff Warren.
Okay, Jeff Warren. Jeff Warren. I'm writing it down.
And here's an easy way for
about, go ahead.
And an easy way to do this is, if you're trying to meditate, you're trying to relax, you just put yourself in a quiet area, in a comfortable place, be it your bed or a couch, where you don't have a lot of, distractions. And I think sounds can help. And there's a lot of apps that have sounds that are conducive to meditation, white noise, but different frequencies that are better than others. And just close your eyes and just relax. And just slowly let everything just go away. Just try to relax. And when you first close your eyes, all of a sudden you have 50 thoughts.
Of course.
And then they start fading away. And little by little, you're just down to a couple.
Yeah.
And it only needs to be 3 minutes. Sometimes it can be 15 minutes. It's whatever you takes. And you'll find a moment where you're like, oh, I have peace.
Yeah. It's brief, but at least that's what I've heard people say. But the more you practice, the better you get at it.
Yes. And, even a bite of ice cream is better than no ice cream. And so having a moment of peace allows you to catch your breath and sometimes reset.
Great. I'll check it out. I feel like you should do a guided meditation, Dr. Dan. That was pretty good. I like you. You're very calming when you want to be. Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Well, what's going on? Is this Big Hands John? Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Yes, it is. How you guys? Everybody's doing a great job. Just want to compliment everyone.
Thank you.
Lummy, my friend, you got a heart as big as you are. Don't let people steal from you what they've already taken once. It ain't worth it, brother.
It's like a fortune.
Believe me, I know what it's like to lose something.
Yes,
I know.
And I know what it's like to have to face it. Don't let them keep taking it from you, man. Karma will get them eventually.
We'll get him.
You're too good a person.
F karma. We'll get him.
It's more efficient.
We're faster than karma.
Dan is a Ferrari. It's fast.
I've used these things once or twice to get that kind of revenge. They're not big for no reason.
I like
But
Dr. Dan.
in the end result, that person does it to everyone, and you took it personally because he was a friend, you thought. My situation's a little bit different, but don't let them keep taking it from you, brother. It just ain't worth it,
Are you calling Lummy a pussy? A pushover?
Punch him in the face.
Oh.
No, listen. Dr. Dan's philosophy is perfect.
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
Sure. I believe, but, like I said, when opportunity arises, certain things can happen sometimes, but don't let it eat you every day, brother. That's what I'm trying to tell
Oh,
you.
yeah, listen, if I wanted to, I could drive down Nyhart and just find him when he's walking out of his little...
Snipe him. But you're not going to do that.
No. Nah, that's an angry move.
Exactly.
You gotta be way more sophisticated than that.
Yeah,
way
that's
more
rookie.
sophisticated.
That's amateur hour.
There's an art to this.
Art to Revenge. I like that.
Oh, there is.
Dan can apparently write a book on it.
And Italians are really good at this. You know, this is one of those
I've
things
heard
that we were bred for is
Yeah.
revenge.
They can do revenge or meditation. Literally whatever you want.
I'll take
Why not
revenge.
both?
When I was young, I had a guy that screwed me over pretty good. I was still in the service, but every day I saw him, I whipped his ass.
Really?
Every single day I saw him.
You whooped his
every
ass.
single day I saw him. I beat his butt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was pleasurable at the time.
Yes, of course.
I scared the shit out of that kid. And I don't know if he ever turned out to be right. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Got away from you. No, you're good. I caught it.
But thank you, Anna.
Mhm.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
But I love all you guys. I just want to thank you for everything, all the support you've given me all the years, and Bubba for all he's done to help me. And
Awesome.
thank you all.
All
I
right.
just really appreciate you.
Bye, John. Talk to you soon. All right. I'm glad that we've been able to rid ourselves of anger because now it's time to get a little bit angry. I'm sure you guys have heard about this story. It is absolutely mind-blowing, and it's the whole reason why I feel like, especially people on the right side of things, are not happy about having porous open borders. 6 are facing charges in connection with an assault on a police officer in Times Square.
Are they facing charges?
That's what this article says. I know that they were let go, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
now,
but
now
now
they're-
facing charges.
Yeah, but now I guess they're facing charges.
well, are they
What's
able
going
to
on?
find them? Because their last report is they jumped on a bus to California.
That's what I saw here as
Yeah.
well. 6 people, most of whom are believed to be asylum seekers, are now facing charges. So I don't know if they can do that. That's weird to let them go and then say they have to. Now they're facing charges.
Will Davis, $299.99 super chat.
Thank you so very much. We really appreciate it. Awesome. They're now facing charges in connection with Saturday night's caught-on-camera assault of an NYPD officer and lieutenant. At least more are being sought. I don't know. Henry Brito was arraigned Thursday afternoon with bail set at $15,000 cash. He's the first of the defendants to be held on bail. So here's a little bit of this video here.
Migrants accused in a vicious attack on police officers in New York's Times Square. Some of the suspects released without bail.
Authorities in New York are searching for more suspects, most believed to be asylum seekers, in connection with this attack on 2 New York City police officers. The officers were patrolling outside a migrant shelter when a scuffle broke out. The group of migrants kicking and punching the officers, running off with their phones.
Reprehensible. Cowards. You want to know why our cops are getting assaulted?
Can't they just shoot him or something?
No, you know how bad that would be.
Yeah.
And they took their nightsticks away too. The
okay.
worst part, not the mayor doesn't
Took
let
away
them
the-
carry nightsticks anymore.
Interesting.
There's no consequences. And we must change this. End of story.
6 people have been arrested, but police believe at least 13 were involved. New York's governor was asked whether the suspects should be deported.
Get them all and send them back. You don't touch our police officers. You don't touch anybody.
No, we're a sanctuary state. We're a sanctuary state.
Looks like
Come
we've
on,
made
we
a
love
U-turn.
you. Bring them on. Bring them here. Bring them all. We got them. We will help you until it actually happens. They're such freaking hypocrites, and they've all embraced this this cashless bail or low bail or no bail. So
Yeah.
now cops are getting assaulted. The suspects are not getting in trouble, and they should all be deported, thrown in jail, and we should stop this nonsense. We cannot sustain this.
You remember how they treated that Marine veteran who stopped the attack on the train in May? Yeah. June?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The guy
problem
who
is,
was
if you
Michael
help,
Jackson
if you help, they'll come after you.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you do the right thing, they come after you. If you protect yourself, they come after you. It's disgusting.
No, it sure is.
You know what? Where this isn't happening? Tampa Bay.
Woo! Now I have a question about this. So they do this horrific act. They get arrested. They're let go. Is that right? And now they're all absconding to California?
Yeah.
Correct.
And now they're trying to charge them again for the crime that they let them go for? Is that
Good luck.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Did you see the video of them flicking off all the media and the cameras
Yeah, I
and
did.
stuff?
I'm going to try to find that one
I
after
sent it to
this.
you.
All right.
Morning, outrage growing over why several of the suspects were set free without bail. Authorities are investigating whether 4 of them then hopped a bus
Who let
to
them
California
go? And
using
why
The
are
DA?
they? Okay. They should be fired.
fake names.
Yeah, but they run on
you know
this.
who the DA is? It's the DA that's prosecuting
Trump.
Trump.
Yes, that same. What's her name? That woman.
That's a guy.
Oh. Okay.
But they should not be back out on the street based upon what they did.
The city has
And
struggled
the
to
cops
cope with
were
the
trying to
arrival
protect like a migrant
like
facility, right? Like where they were holding them. Is that why the cops were outside of there, right? Is that they were trying to protect those people and then they got assaulted by these guys?
Well, they're outside the migrant, I believe, hotel or whatever it was.
Okay. Yep.
I guess there's a pickpocket ring that they have set up now.
100,000 asylum seekers in the last 2 years. Police say arrest warrants have been issued for more than 100 migrants for various crimes. But activists warn against penalizing an entire population of migrants legally in the U.S. seeking asylum.
The officers were not seriously injured in that attack.
Thank God.
Alvin Bragg is the DA.
That is absolutely bananas that these people come over. They do stuff like that. They're let go. Why did they let them go? What?
Cassius bail, like Dr. Dan said.
Yeah, it's the DA policies. And so I think it's not working.
Yes.
I think you can argue.
Maybe.
I think it's a fair argument to say that the immigration policy that we've sustained for the last 3 years is not working. That the migration into the sanctuary cities has been overwhelmed. And even the sanctuary cities who were bragging about their status 4 years ago are crying uncle right now because they can't sustain this volume of people. And it's happening. It's a combination of, if you read the book Rules for Radicals by Saul Alinsky, it's a book about the recipe. It's the playbook on how to be disruptive called Rules for Radicals. Everyone should read it. It takes about half a day to read. It doesn't take very long to read. The premise behind the book is to be effective, you have to stress and break the system. To break the system, you overwhelm the system. And so what they are doing, and that is the left, the current administration, Biden, and the liberal Democrats, and you can say this is political or not, but it's factual.
Sure.
They are allowing such a massive flow of immigrants to come into this country that it has overwhelmed the system. It has broken the system. There's no way to even process them all. They have also used the other tool that is highlighted in Rules for Radicals, and that is to mock your opponent.
Yeah.
And that is why they continually mock anyone that tries to stick up for the other side. And if you're in the media, if you're in show business, and God forbid you say something that's pro-Republican or pro-conservative, they try to cancel you.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting
Kick you
because
out of the
they
group.
kick you out of the group. And one of the reasons that Trump was so successful was that he refused to quit just because he had heat, because they were trying to mess with him. And most people cry uncle way before that.
Yeah, he certainly has a lot of grit. He's staying the course. But yeah, that is absolutely bananas. And here is a video of the illegal migrant, I guess, after he got let go.
All
right?
of them got let go.
Yeah, but this is a video afterwards. And okay.
No, I'm saying that this is multiple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any. Oh, I mean, I don't know if they're saying bad words in Spanish. He just.
Is there a conspiracy theory as to why they're still letting everybody in right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, voters.
Okay.
Replacement theory.
Yeah. Yeah. So, not great. A lot of bad actors, especially to the camera. I mean, it's just wild. So, not good for us, not good for the country. But kind of like Dan said, it seems like there is an agenda, and that's why I feel like I see so much virtue signaling, because people are terrified. If you don't show your devotion to the group that you supposedly belong to, they will cancel you. They will out you. So it's not that you can just be in the group silently. You have to actively say, I'm part of the group, black square, hashtag whatever, me too, whatever the case may be. You have to constantly show your devotion to the group. Otherwise, they will out you. moving in that same direction, which is kind of interesting. This woman, I believe her name is Ayanna Pressley. She's a
congressman.
Yes, a congressman from Massachusetts, I believe.
Yep.
And she's part of the woke squad along with AOC and the woman from Michigan. I forget her name. But she's claiming that Walgreens is actually racist, apparently, for closing its stores in crime-ridden areas because it's, quote, disruptive, and it is a life-threatening act of racial and economic discrimination. So we'll hear a little bit of this after the ad, of course. But yeah, it's a dystopian times, and the fact that this woman actually thinks that Walgreens is racist is absolutely crazy.
Why doesn't CVS roll in and set up shop?
They should.
Yet another pharmacy
They
in
business.
Massachusetts 7th, this time on Warren Street in Roxbury, a community that is 85% Black and Latino. This closure is a part of a larger trend of abandoning low-income communities like the previous closures in Mattapan and Hyde Park, both in the Massachusetts 7th. When a Walgreens leaves a neighborhood, they disrupt the entire community, and they take.
I mean, it is a business after all, and they have to make money. People are just coming in and stealing their stuff.
Right. And, you know, they talk about how disruptive it is if a Walgreens leaves. I mean, we shut down so many Walmarts and other places like that, and Targets and Kmart's and JCPenney's because you can buy stuff online.
Right.
There's this thing called Amazon.
Right.
So, you know, all of these brick and mortar retail outlets are in jeopardy. And if you continue, if the community failed the store didn't fail the community.
Correct.
The community failed Walgreens. The community destroyed the trust that Walgreens had in it, and raped and pillaged Walgreens.
And not only that, the people that work at the Walgreens are members of the community, most likely.
Right.
So, and if their lives are threatened every day because people are coming in with guns or just stealing stuff or burglarizing, and they're not allowed to do anything about it, I mean, the business is losing money. The people that work there aren't safe. What's the point of it being there at all?
And everything in Walgreens is locked down. It's all behind glass now because, you know, people have been shoplifting so much.
And they're
everyone's
told not to
afraid.
do anything about it.
With them, baby formula, diapers, asthma inhalers, life-saving medications, and of course, jobs. These closures are not arbitrary, and they are not innocent. They are life-threatening acts of racial and economic discrimination. That is why I joined with Senator Markey and Warren to demand answers from Walgreens CEO. Why was there no community input, no adequate notice to customers, and no transition resources to prevent gaps?
Are thieves customers? I don't know.
In healthcare, shame on you, Walgreens. Having a website with talking points about health equity and underserved communities is not enough. Walgreens is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that needs to put their money where their mouth is and stop divesting from Black and brown communities.
Well, I mean, it's apparent that this woman already has her agenda made up in her mind, and she's just looking for any sort of evidence to fill in the gap. So
I like her heydo.
You like her heydo?
Yeah. Sexy.
Don't chalk up their behavior to being crazy rednecks.
Yeah, think about that.
They're just totally insane. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hey, everybody up north, early spring. Puxatawny didn't see a shadow, or however it works.
I was told the nap was replacing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the back.
Early spring.
Oh, I gotta start throwing shit on the ceiling.
Puxatawny.
So wait, Gavin Newsom was at a Target. And
Oh,
the guys steal.
I saw that.
A bunch of things. And went to the store employee and said, "Why aren't you stopping them?" And he said, the person, whoever it was like, "We're not allowed to stop them because our governor."
And you realize he was the governor?
Well, yeah. And then he realized they wanted a picture, and he's like, "I'm not taking a picture with you. You're blaming me. This is not my fault." Like
it is, dumbass.
Exactly. That happened yesterday.
I didn't see that. The fucking hypocrites.
No shit. He witnessed it. Time to go see you. Pick them up. Thank you, Dr. Dan.
You opened the door with a
Yo.
you opened the door with a fucking paper towel in your hand.
Anna, she's always
paranoid
I'm
fuck.
mentally ill, dude.
Anna.
Yes, let me what?
The Gavin Newsom story.
What about it? I didn't.
Did you hear about that one?
No,
I was telling Dr. Dan. Where?
Is that a video of it?
I just sent it to her. Okay. I sent you where he was at Target and watched someone steal $380 and asked the Target employee why they weren't doing anything about it.
And he's like,
and the Target employee was like, because our governor doesn't want us to. And,
okay, I'll play
pretty
that.
much he
Is
was
the video
like,
here?
huh?
Oh, the video's here?
That one. That's like the actual where he says it.
Did you guys hear Puxatawny Phil's identifies as a woman now?
The Zoom?
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba,
The groundhog?
Yeah. He just announced it.
Huh?
Crazy.
Go up. It's a tweet.
You're joking.
Because it actually shows the...
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted me to put like the Fox News coverage on it.
Is it Groundhog Day?
Yeah. He
didn't
see a shadow
I
early,
know you
early
don't
spring.
like the Fox News.
No, I like Fox News. I like when they kind of set it up.
Warming up.
Is this it? We'll play both. That's fine. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sorry, I just,
No. That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't meant to be. Thank you.
I mean, it's a 9-minute video on the Fox one.
Okay, we'll play the Twitter one.
Hey, Lumby, Puxatawny Phil said you're a bitch.
Did you see a shout out?
No. Early spring. Everybody was going crazy out there.
Son of a bitch.
I didn't know Puxatawny was the name of the city.
Hmm? You did it?
I just watched the fucking whole thing on mute. It was.
Haven't you ever watched Groundhog Day with Bill Murray?
Yeah, but I don't remember the whole scene. I didn't know
I
they were
remember the name of Puxatawny is the name of the city either.
Yeah? That's a great movie. Underrated.
I saw the movie.
Yeah.
It's an underrated movie, in my opinion.
I saw the movie.
Great movie.
The movie was funny.
The actual event is just interesting.
I
How long did it
don't
start?
know. Send me live coverage of Groundhog Day.
Looks like since the 1800s with the hats they're wearing. Groundhog Day.
Like 1890s and shit.
It goes back centuries. I looked up the history of it.
Did you? How? Yeah, I was gonna say. Let's see.
It was originally a hedgehog, but that was in Germany, and they didn't have any here, so they just started using the groundhog because they're like close enough.
Oh, there's a Hedgehog Day in Germany?
Well, yeah, it was originally used as a hedgehog, but we didn't have any, I guess, in the States, or very many, but they're like, man, groundhogs are everywhere, so we'll just use those instead.
Looks like 1823. Started in Germany.
Is this today? Where's the live coverage? Oh, right here,
Oh.
live. That's so sad.
Oh, what, for Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know it happened. I was happening this early. It just says.
That hedgehog.
Don't call him a liar. He said
a
you're a bitch.
groundhog.
He faced you.
He's living the best life ever.
I don't know, dude. The way he gets handled by these dudes in big hats, I don't think it's the best life.
Yeah,
I don't think.
something like that.
I have a bunch of men.
He would be all over.
Oh,
He
look
lives
at
over
this
on some 100-acre farm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Does he have to stay alone, or do they let the guy fuck? I mean,
It's a whole party, man. That's like their Gasparilla up there.
they all start cheering.
People have nothing.
Well, these people.
One day a year he gets a party. 364 days a year he's in.
Let's bring on the pain. Let's bring on the noise. Now we turn.
Aren't you happy you listened to me?
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hello and welcome back. If you're just joining us, you are in fact listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show. Bubba will be back on Monday. He's currently doing track things in Ocala. But just because Bubba's not here doesn't mean you shouldn't send us any money. Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, bits on Twitch. At the Bubba Army, please and thank you. Seth's going crazy over there, man. Today is Groundhog's Day. Woohoo! And I feel like Seth has been keeping tabs on the live updates from. I don't even know if I know how to say it. Is it Punxsutawney?
Well, I thought it was Punxsutawney, but I believe it's Gobbler's Knob.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gobbler's Knob. That's right.
That's the city in Pennsylvania where they pull out the groundhog every February 2nd to see if what's his name, Punxsutawney Phil?
Yeah.
That's the name of the groundhog. Is it just one groundhog that they have, or they just pick one random one and they just name him Phil every time?
It's one, then they pick him again.
I mean, they only rolled one out. I don't know if they have backup Punxsutawney Phils.
Okay.
Well, you can tell them apart, right?
I can't tell them apart.
Well, it turns out the asshole is only right 40% of the time.
Oh, really?
Well, technically 39% of the time, Dr. Dan.
Okay. Well,
Two different studies showed 139, 140. But it's, he's wrong more than he's right.
It's a nice
Look at these people, how happy they are. This is like their New Year's Eve here celebration.
Oh, yeah. Spring's coming early this year, so that's why they're celebrating extra hard.
Is that Bob Saget?
Bob Saget's dead.
On his shirt?
No, it's Bill Murray.
Oh, my bad.
From the movie Groundhog.
I got it. Now it's all making sense. These people are partying at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, they do
they're
it
having a great time.
7:22 in the morning is the official time.
Is this city close to Pittsburgh or just anywhere where they can have fun? I mean, I'm just concerned that this is the only thing that happens.
No,
Well, you don't want to go visit Gobbler's Knob?
Yeah, I don't think there's much of anything going on in Gobbler's Knob.
Do you think there's any non-white people in the crowd? Or do you think this is exclusively? It's one of those.
There's a guy. There's an African American.
He's just watching the white people like these crazy crackers.
It's like a Dave Chappelle concert.
Yeah.
What's crazier? Like,
You're right. They do. That's the only one. Sorry, Seth.
No, I don't know. I was going to say, like, this or Gasparilla. I mean, we look at every city's traditions and we're like, this is absolutely insane. But I feel like, okay, people get the gist of a parade where you're drinking and there's beads, but you're dressing up as pirates and they're invading your city. I feel like it's on the same level as, a groundhog predicting what the weather's going to be for the next 6 weeks.
We put a groundhog on your beanie. These people, I feel bad because you're like, these people have nothing. Like,
well,
so
I'm imagining.
Groundhog Day is everything to these people. And I get that because, listen, I lived in Detroit. People are really sad there. They'll cling on to anything they can to get them through winter. So,
and they had the Lions, this year. And now, poor Gobbler's Knob, they just have Phil, and now he's gone.
Yeah, but they get an early spring, so that's great news for them.
They have a 40% chance of an early spring.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Every time, regardless of what Punxsutawney Phil says.
He's wrong most of the time.
Oh, he is.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Damn
They'd
it.
be better off flipping a quarter.
They'd have a better chance if it was just absolute 50-50 flipping a coin.
Yeah, but they never call out, his past, predictions that he's gotten wrong or anything. They just treat Punxsutawney Phil like he's always batting 1,000.
I mean, this is a party. I get it.
And somebody said, I was like, I'm worried about how Punxsutawney Phil gets treated the other, 365 days of the year or whatever. And somebody's like, he probably gets treated better than we do in chat.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Oh, most certainly. Absolutely. I mean, look at all these. He certainly has more fans than I do. Look at all this, all the groundhogs on the beanies. People are excited about it.
Do you think they take it seriously, or do you think they know it's kind of like a joke?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it's a free day off of work. You said they're out there at 7:30 in the morning.
Is it a statewide holiday?
I don't know. They're already done, though, Rhett. They might be like, get to work now. Whatever you do in Gobbler's Knob.
Yeah, exactly. Go work at the Walgreens. It's about to close.
That's when they sell those groundhog hats, though. That's a hot spot.
Number one seller. Hello, who's this?
Hey, gang, it's Jennifer from PETA. I got to weigh in about Punxsutawney Phil.
Oh, no. I'm happy to hear from you, but I just don't want to hear about, how they torture Punxsutawney Phil the rest of the year, but give us the information.
Okay, it's not torture, but it's certainly not a good quality of life. Punxsutawney Phil is kept in the Punxsutawney Public Library 365 days a year.
He's kept in a library?
He's in a plexiglass cube.
No.
And he is. I've seen it. And groundhogs hibernate. But, of course, when you're on public display year-round, he can't hibernate. He can't burrow, even though they're burrowing animals. But here's the thing. One of you mentioned the flipping the coin. And PETA this year suggested to the Punxsutawney Council, who is in charge of the whole event, we were going to supply them this massive, oversized gold coin, pretty much saying what you said. You got a 50-50 chance of, predicting the weather either way. So why don't we, transition this tradition into something a little bit more modern and fresh and leave Phil out of it.
Yeah.
Do they ever take him on field trips or anything? Or, I mean, is he just in the library all day and night?
365, 724 in the Puxatawny Public Library in a plexiglass cube. It's plexiglass, so he's on display from all sides.
We got to shut this down. This is horrible.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, wow, it's terrible. Some traditions are meant to evolve, and this is certainly one that they can, they can attract new, fresh crowds to Puxatawny if it, like you said, it's an event. It's, it draws attention to this little sad town one day a year. But they can transition into something fresh and new. It's not going to kill the tradition.
I don't want to dispute your point, but the Puxatawny Groundhog Club claims that there also has only been one Puxatawny Phil, and he has been making his predictions since 1886.
Oh,
so
that's
this
incredible.
This poor guy's been locked up in a box for 140 years.
Wow, it's the key to longevity.
Yeah,
I know.
What
is he eating?
They said he gets his longevity from drinking, quote, the elixir of life.
Oh, my goodness.
A secret recipe.
Well,
he takes one sip every summer at the groundhog picnic.
Yeah.
We get it. Like Anna said about, cities that really cling to something that draws attention and, a claim to a little
They have
town.
nothing, yeah.
I'm not saying cancel it. Let's try to make it a different kind of tradition where no live animals have to be hauled out and, displayed. It's silly and it's dumb. It's time to move on.
Have you had any success with talking to some of these Puxatawny people? And I feel like these people really worship Groundhog's Day, and it'd be very hard for them to kind of deviate from the traditions they know and love. But have you had any success?
Spot on. You're spot on. We've reached out every year, very politely, nothing hardcore, just some suggestions, but they're very resistant.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question, a technical question that has nothing to do with groundhogs?
Sure.
What are your thoughts of the whale massacres on the East Coast when they were putting up windmills offshore?
Yeah, in Jersey.
Okay, well, obviously, human intervention into our planet has caused devastating consequences for the wildlife who shares our planet. That's a given.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the technicalities behind it. I can't say that I do, but I do know that every time humans invade an animal's space, be it the sea, the ocean, the woods, the streams, the only
Jennifer,
the animals, not the people.
Oh, we missed the point.
Yeah,
there.
can you just repeat the last 10 seconds?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we cut out?
Yeah,
I
for just a brief second.
That, animals are the ones who always pay for human progress. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the progress, they shouldn't be putting the windmills out there. I mean, they're shooting sonars that are killing, and I mean, how much cement and everything they're doing to the floors of the ocean. They're what?
So do you condemn offshore windmills because of the disruption, the birds and the whales?
Yeah,
I definitely say both ocean life and other life, like you said, birds are being negatively impacted by these. The ocean is being devastated. The actual ecosystem is being devastated, and countless animals are dying over these projects. So, like I said, progress for humans means devastation for wildlife.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: is it safe to assume that you are a vegan?
I am.
Okay. Do you find it bizarre that people have selective compassion based on which animal they're talking about? Like, people love dolphins around here and everywhere, it seems. People are very conservative about dolphins, really don't care too much about cows and pigs and chickens.
Right. Well, it is a disconnect. It's a societal disconnect that is constantly trying to bridge. A lot of our billboards and stuff will show a picture of a dog superimposed with the face of a pig with a child. And, sometimes they'll say, if you wouldn't eat your dog, why do you eat a cow? Or if you're all for the dolphins, why do you then eat fish?
Right. It's just like it's a cultural thing.
People don't want to know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, lots of times in my work, people will say, don't tell me, I don't want to know. Because it's easier to remain oblivious or ignorant of the suffering that is on your plate, basically.
Mm-hmm. So... Well, thank you, Jennifer. I didn't know this about Groundhog's Day. It's very, very sad, and we're never, ever going to celebrate it on the show ever again, as far as I'm concerned.
Listen,
I love chatting with you guys, and thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Jennifer. Have a great day.
Didn't de Blasio drop a groundhog?
Yes, 10 years
ago.
ago.
Right?
Oh, did he die? I thought he's lived for 140 years. I thought he made it through.
I mean, that's what the Groundhog Club said. So.
There's some, I got some information. It's not just a groundhog, so hopefully PETA knows all about this. A couple hundred people will be expected to gather Friday afternoon in Bee Cave, located just west of Austin, to watch an armadillo named Bee Cave Bob. Mike Cave, who helped start the tradition, believes an armadillo knows a whole lot more than what's going on than some rodent. So not only do you have Bee Cave Bob, who also predicts the weather, but then you have Mojave Max. Mojave Max is a desert tortoise that's been making predictions since 2000, emerging from his winter burrow in Springs Preserve in Vegas, based on his internal clock when it feels warm enough to venture out. Last year, he came out April 24th.
All we need now is Mattress Max Super Bowl pick.
I mean, really? Got animals going wild predicting the weather.
Hello, who's this? Oh, Jesus.
Hello.
Hi.
As usual,
Is this
the
Charlie?
last caller, Jennifer, has. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were a troll.
I'll tell you what he's on. I'm on him.
Your last caller, Jennifer, is misinformed about the groundhog. I live 13 miles from Punxsutawney.
Okay.
He's not kept in a plastic cube. It's a zoo-like habitat in the library where you can see him from the inside. He has a window to the outside. That groundhog's treated better. I mean, I don't even want to tell you what we do to groundhogs out in the, cornfields.
I can only imagine.
He's the best treated groundhog on the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
But is he sleepy because he can't hibernate?
Yeah, I feel like that's not good for him.
He's got, I don't know what he does. I mean.
I thought you called in with all the information.
Now you're backing down.
Now you know because you live 13 miles away, but now you don't know all of a sudden.
I don't think he hibernates. No, no, he does not hibernate.
Okay.
Is there anything in Gobbler's Knob than this?
Is
there like anything that exists in Gobbler's Knob other than Punxsutawney Phil?
No. So Gobbler's Knob is the place where Phil does the ceremony.
Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
It's a section within Punxsutawney. It's like the corner.
Correct.
Okay. Learning all about this.
Yeah, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. I mean, has I think a home of like 5,000 people.
Oh wow, bustling city.
Yeah, if you're lucky, and that's their claim to fame. But
have you been there for a Groundhog's Day celebration? Were you one of those guys with the
hats?
Yeah, with the groundhog little thing on your hat, jumping around.
No, not today. I
mean, ever.
In the past.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I don't know. I'm 36. Like when I was in high school. Bam Margera and Jackass, those guys were popular. They came one year. It was a big party.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it's so much of a party anymore.
It looks like a party to me, man. We were just watching a live video stream from it.
Estimated 10 to 20,000
well,
people.
Maybe
Jeez, that's a party in my book.
When your city only has 5,700 people and you get 20,000 coming in.
And now PETA's trying to take this away from those people. So, I mean, not completely, but they're trying to,
modify.
Yeah, modify and make sure that they're not hurting any animals in the process of this celebration. So
I truly don't think that Phil is being hurt. I think he's being very well kept.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate hearing from both sides of the aisle when it comes to Groundhog's Day. Appreciate you very much.
Balanced.
Portland's got an animal too.
What's Portland's animal?
Portland's got a fish. Portland's got a groundhog that they roll out named Filbert, and Filbert's been doing it since 2020.
Filbert?
Yeah, Filbert.
Wow, they really are.
3 years in the backing. Is he like 30%, 70%, or 100?
He's new in the game here, so they don't have his predictions. But there you go. It says Stumptown Phil made the call last year by choosing and feeling one of two small saplings, each with a prediction tied to it in the form of a scroll. I don't know what that means. Good for him.
Lummy, you brought this to my attention.
Yeah, it's Gavin Newsom, our favorite mayor or governor. I'm sorry,
of California. Yes, yes.
Someone set this guy up by recording the Zoom with their phone.
I love it. Gavin Newsom says he complained to Target Workers manager after she blamed him for rampant shoplifting in the state. So I guess someone caught this on camera here. We'll play a little bit of it for you right now.
You drop this, and he comes back, picks it up, and keeps walking out. As we're checking out, the woman says, "Oh, he's just walking out. He didn't pay for that." I said, "Well, why are you stopping him?" She goes, "Oh, the governor." I swear to God, true story. On my mom's grave. The governor lowered the threshold. There's no accountability. I said that's just not true. And I said we have the 10th toughest, $950, the 10th toughest in America. She doesn't even know what I was talking about. By the way, it's the 10th toughest in America. Look it up. No one gives a damn about that. And I said, it's just not true. They're still stopped. They said, well, we don't stop them because of the governor. And then she looks at me twice, and then she freaks out. She calls everyone over, wants to take photos. I'm like, no, I'm not taking a photo. We're having a conversation. Where's your manager? How are you blaming the governor? And it was, $380 later. And I was like, why am I spending $380? Everyone can walk the hell right out.
Not fair. Not fair.
Yeah.
So what is the defense?
Is he that narcissistic that he can highlight a story showing his failure,
right,
and blame it on the shop worker? That's what he just did.
Yeah, he didn't say that anything to defend himself other than like, can you believe it?
And he got the manager and complained about her.
You say they have the 10th toughest policy in the country?
$950 is.
But that worker wasn't factually wrong, right? Like that is the threshold.
Correct, $950, and that's what he said. But the lady, or whoever stole it, stole $380.
Right.
And then, but there have been people in California that have been fired by the corporations to try to stop.
Right, because if you act, it's a liability because you might get hurt, and then you can sue the store for telling you to go after somebody who stole something from the store. So, crazy stuff. That is that's pretty wild. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Susan.
Hi, Susan Poitras?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, what's up?
What other Susan is there? Come on.
I know, you're right. I'm sorry.
Susan is there. Come on. I know, you're right. I'm sorry. I have a quick Dr. Dan question.
Sure, go ahead.
Did you hire the eyebrow person yet?
Huh? What? Huh?
I think you have something playing in the background, or...
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you have something playing in the background.
Hey, it's on.
It's me.
Yeah, you already said that.
You were an esthetician. Remember, I asked you about doing my eyebrows, microblading, and you're like,
Oh, yeah. She's here. We got her. We got the new esthetician, Heather.
Oh, you
She's
do?
wonderful. Yes. Come on in.
Okay, awesome. I'll just get with Jen and
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you. 888-8-DIACOS.
There you go.
Got it.
Thank you.
All right, good. You guys have bbeen doing a great job all week, and talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Susie P. Appreciate it.
$50 on PayPal.
Woo!
Hello, you're on the Bubba the Love Sponge show. Who's this?
Hey, Anna, this is Bob.
What's up, Bob?
That Punxsutawney Phil chick didn't mention one other important fact. Up there's like 150 other clubs that have their own chipmunk or whatever.
It's a groundhog. It's literally in the name of the day.
So you drive around and there's literally like clubs that have their own groundhogs, and like hundreds of people attend each one of these clubs. Punxsutawney Phil's just the most important one, and yes, he is kept at the library, but he's got it's a big environment.
Exhibit.
He's fine.
I need to see some pictures because according to Peter Jennifer, it's just like a little cube, a plexiglass cube. Then the other guy called in and said it was this giant exhibit, and he's got like a jungle to himself, and I don't know what the truth is. I haven't been.
Do they let Phil get his rocks off at all, or what?
Of course, come on. They bring in
blast.
They bring in
Yeah, he's got
prostitutes.
a girlfriend in there. At least he did when I was there.
Okay,
you
good.
Can walk right up to it from the exterior. It's in a big, it's at the end of a big park, and you can literally walk right up to the glass, and there he is. So, but he does. He
Banging his girlfriend.
Trying to have some privacy.
Trying to take a nap.
Yeah, there was another one in there. I don't know if that was his gay lover or if it was a chick. I don't know.
Oh, it's 2024, so.
You never know. Don't assume their genders.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the Punxsutawney information that we have. This is some news out of the University of Tampa. I had to read this story twice because I was a little bit confused as to what exactly was going on here. But a University of Tampa professor has been charged with recording sex acts while watching child porn. So it's a little bit of a porn inception here. A University of Tampa physics professor. For some reason, I would think that it would be like a sociology or something. I didn't really think physics, but here we are. Was arrested and charged last month after detectives found videos of him watching and pleasuring himself to child pornography. And then apparently, several videos were discovered of Ethan Denault, is that it? 46, along with his partner at the time, standing at the edge of the bed with a pair of a young girl's underwear.
What the hell?
Yeah, it just gets really weird and twisted. So the affidavit said that he was viewing the child sex abuse material on his laptop as a woman in the video was abusing a 9-year-old girl. As the couple watched so they videotaped themselves watching another video. As the couple watched the video, Clark, who they don't really say who that is, I'm assuming it's his partner, would direct Deninault on what to do with the underwear. The affidavit said that he committed the crime of sexual exploitation of children on the 8th of last year, January 8th of last year in Georgia. And then they sent an agent to find him here. So he was taken away in handcuffs, searched, and had his iPhone seized by deputies. So that's going on at the University of Tampa, which is a very it's not far from here whatsoever. But it is strange to record. Like, not only do you have child porn, but now you have a video of yourself watching and pleasuring yourself while watching child porn.
And what is, I don't know why, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean,
sure.
What's the sign? I mean, what is the deal with that? Like, is that something that they were going to go back and watch? Is that something where
I don't know, man.
They sent it out on the internet to other pedophiles? I mean, I just don't.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like why they did it and how, because you know you're going to get caught. I mean, especially when you're recording yourself watching a video of child porn with a pair of young girls' underwear. It's pretty
and he
wild.
was with his partner?
Yeah, that's what it says. I read it
kind
twice.
Of partner?
So he's gay?
I don't know.
But he's doing it to girls' panties?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bizarre. The whole story makes no sense.
Right, which is why I had to read it twice. But pretty crazy stuff. We'll be back after this.
Deliciously disgusting.
You're absolutely right.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
So, Seth, how old are you now?
42. Hey, Lummy. David Canyon's back at being a fucking pervert about my daughter. Yeah.
David Canyon.
Saying that I sounded worried during that story. Oh, the Buccaneers are working on a deal to hire Liam Cohen as their new offensive coordinator.
Nice Jewish guy.
From
Gotta
Kentucky.
be.
Cohen?
Gotta be. Yo, yeah. Well, there's no H. Coen.
Yeah, that's.
That may not be Jewish.
Yeah, Cohen's got the H.
Yeah.
For Judy.
Not all.
Well, this guy is Liam. I mean, he's got to be.
Is Liam a Jewish?
No,
first
it's not.
name? Like Seth is kind of.
Yeah.
Seth's not an Irish German name.
No.
Isn't Liam Nielsen Jewish?
Probably.
It is.
I don't think he is. Nielsen is not a Jewish one.
He's an actor.
Maybe he is in Hollywood.
Well, maybe his
Doesn't have a bank
mom was
account.
Jewish and.
Right, his dad was,
Yeah.
which makes him Jewish, but the last name is not. Rolex, Tony.
That man, his first press conference. Are you Jewish?
That's why we should have press passes to the Bucks.
Cohen, C-O-E-N.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Kentucky.
He's been with the Rams in Kentucky. It says the last 6
He was
years.
the offense coordinator for the Kentucky.
Is he any good?
I mean, University of Kentucky had a really good year this year.
But if he was with the Rams, he was with McVay. So I think anybody under the McVay tree, I'd give a shot to. Yeah.
What was he with the Rams?
What was he? It doesn't say. This doesn't say right here. The report.
I mean, because
was he an offensive coordinator? Or was he just like quality control?
Wasn't. Yeah, not
running back guy?
offensive. Let's see.
White Nubia Night.
38. He was the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for the University of Kentucky.
He was the pass game coordinator for the Rams.
And he was their offensive coordinator in 2022.
The Rams?
Yeah, the Rams.
So he's a real offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's been at the University of Maine, UMass, Rhode Island, Brown.
Where do you go to Harvard?
He went to UMass.
It's a weird trajectory.
Yeah,
You're
he's
in the
got.
NFL, and then you go. I mean, I guess offensive coordinator at Kentucky. I guess you jump on that train.
I don't know. Well, I mean, clearly he had clearly McVay was willing to take him back, to come over there,
Then you want to do super beats?
Sure.
Can you beat Brian?
Can you beat Brian? Is
Yeah,
that
Brian said
play on
he did
words?
the best read ever.
Oh, I thought you were trying to make a play on super beats.
Brian's heart.
Don't call me.
And there's a lot of things that can be said, but when you start going to referencing sexually abusing your daughter and shit, I think that's just that's just going to be crossing a line for the second day in a row. Man, I have YouTube paused on this commercial, and the closed captioning is up. It says, "Finally, to get to the root of lasting vagina health and well-being, probiotics for vaginal health."
Oh, nice.
Are you suggesting that it's trying to cater to me?
I'm suggesting this is what pops up when you're watching the Bubba the Love Sponge show live. So
On YouTube?
yeah.
I was like trying to think, do I get the commercial? But I'm on Rumble.
No.
Yeah. I haven't been looking any of that stuff up. Even though Bubba says vagina a lot, they're listening.
What do I sound worried about, White New Being King? That I watch child porn? Is that what we're referencing? What up, Lunger?
You want to do it? Yeah, I can do it.
You want to do this breakdown?
What up, Berto?
Okay.
This guy's playing hardball.
Human misery has never sounded so good.
My life is over, and I'm going to wind up working at Red Lobster.
We're back to the Bubba the Love Sponge.
Regular programming, I believe we have a message from Dr. Dan Diaco.
Yes, because we are celebrating the Heart Health Month of February in the United States, where more than half the population benefits from blood pressure support, and that's why we have the blessing of Super Beats, the #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended way to support healthy blood pressure and even promote heart-healthy energy without stimulants. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. With over 40,000 5-star reviews, people are really raving about the Super Beat Heart Chews. And they are easy to eat. It's a very convenient way to support healthy blood pressure. They're plant-based. It's no pills to swallow, no ingredients to mix, no chalky taste. They support healthy circulation, so you not only get good blood pressure support, but you also get productive, heart-healthy energy without the crash. Support your heart health with Superbeat Heart Chews. Get a free month supply of Superbeat Heart Chews on a bundle and a free full-size bag of turmeric chews valued at $25 with your order by going to BubbaLovesBeats.com. Get this exclusive offer only at BubbaLovesBeats.com.
Great job. Excellent.
Here, Dan, take a rose or a flower.
May even be better than Babyface yesterday. Yeah, Rhett just dropped this off.
Chuck and Leslie.
Oh, Chuck and Leslie? Oh, and they gave you... Oh, and you guys got flowers too?
Yeah, I think there's one for each of us.
Oh, nice. Sweet is that? That is so thoughtful and sweet.
I literally had no idea what Rhett was doing when he was standing here trying to give these to me. I had no idea what was happening.
I was trying to make a pass on Seth. I just wanted to be subtle about it.
Oh, my goodness.
That is so sweet. Thank you so much, Chuck and Leslie. They're so thoughtful, sending us all flowers and.
I give this to my wife, right?
Sure.
That's not a regifting if I give it to her, is it?
No,
Okay.
no, you could pawn it off
All right,
as if
thank
it was
you.
an original gift from you.
Well,
That's
no,
problem.
I'm not gonna. I won't say it's original. I just, she'll appreciate it. I think either way.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. Grab one, take one for Phoebe. She earned it.
Happy Groundhog's Day.
She earned it. Hello, who's this?
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark the Frog.
What's up, Mark the Frog?
Well, I just want to say that it's been a great show. You're killing it, Anna. Doing a great job.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, never missed a beat. The show has been just as good as ever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe him?
No, I do. I can hear Lummy, and I'm trying to figure out.
I think Dan's mic might be
okay.
because Lummy's got his button down.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Mark. I'm listening. Go ahead. Thank you so much for the accolades.
Yeah, I'm loving Seth on the show. Is he in there right now?
He is, yes. Did you want to say something to him directly?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Seth. You've been great, man. I'm really glad you're back, man. I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, really? I appreciate that. Thank you.
And how's your ass doing? Is that working, the cream you've been using?
My ass?
Maybe your psoriasis or something? It's really the front part of him, not the back part of him.
Is that going back? It's all going better now?
I don't. Yes,
How's
it
your
is.
yeah.
Dr. Dan prescribed me some Silverdene, and it cleared it right up.
That's awesome. Thank you, Dr. Dan.
Oh, my pleasure.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Anna.
Thank you, Mark the Frog. We appreciate it.
Mark the Frog.
All right.
I'm driving in a snowstorm right now, so I got 8 more hours until I get to Montreal.
Okay. Thank you. Safe trekking and trucking.
Awesome.
All right. Sorry.
Was there genuine concern about my package, or was he joking? Because it's not a joking matter, psoriasis, on the outside.
I mean, I think he means well. He's a good actor.
Okay.
He's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. Lummy, was there a problem? I could kind of hear you off the mic. I know it wasn't your fault.
Sorry, I was trying to hit my thing. it's
Who
dumbass
is it?
Charlie on 2 saying that he got doxxed by some other. It's just
I
whatever.
don't need to answer this at all. That's fine. I'll just hang up
Yeah,
on the guy.
I was-
You can hang up on him too.
Oh, I have been.
Oh, okay. I
but
didn't
then
know.
when you call it, it takes up 3 of the lines. Like a Freaky Friend Friday.
Yeah, we got to keep the lines open. I want some
Great
updates
idea.
from Nashville, from Ocala. I want to hear what's going on in BRP because I haven't heard anything. I haven't been following. I haven't gotten any text from anybody. So I think no news is good news, but also I kind of want to know what's going on up there. So let us know.
Having a lot of fun. That's what I've heard.
Yes, and thank you, Chuck and Leslie. That's very sweet to send us those flowers. So thank you so much.
Supporting
we
the
really,
local
really,
business.
really
Thank you.
do appreciate that. I know this has been hot on Bubba's radar, the Christian Bridget Ziegler scandal. That's going on currently, and it's under investigation, and it just keeps getting deeper, and there's more twists and turns. But apparently Christian Ziegler's search history has been revealed in new documents from Sarasota rape investigation. We'll watch a little bit of this video right now and see what they tell us.
Florida GOP Chairman Christian Ziegler with sexual battery.
And because of that, some new documents became publicly available, showing us a new look into the investigation through the eyes of Bridget Ziegler. News Channel 8's Nicole Rogers joins us live, and this new document indicates Bridget.
Seth, have you heard about this story? Are you familiar with it?
I have not, no.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you thought this woman was hot or not, because Bubba can't get enough of her. Not this one and not that one, but we haven't seen her yet. I'll point her out.
Okay, I'm ready.
Didn't know anything about a plan to have a second threesome in the first place?
Keith, Stacey, it does say that. So the document says that Bridget told police that she did have a threesome with her husband and the alleged victim 2 years ago. But it also says that she told police her and her husband did not talk about doing it again. Amid a months-long rape investigation, Christian Ziegler was removed as chairman of the Florida Republican Party earlier this month.
I think the Republican Party was really trying to send the message that there's no tolerance for that kind of ugliness at the head of their party.
But let's take you back to the beginning, on October 2nd, when this search warrant obtained by 8 on Your Side from court records says the alleged victim agreed to a sexual encounter with Christian Ziegler and his wife, Bridget.
Let me pause that for a second. What do you think?
Yeah.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so apparently this woman, and she's kind of like on the ends with Ron DeSantis, and she's big in the Republican Party. Her husband was as well. They had some choice words to say about people of the LGBTQ community, and turns out behind closed doors, she was actually having threesomes with her husband and another woman who, according to some documents, her texts have been revealed that the third woman may have been a little bit unstable, but... Like prior to any sort of rape allegation, the texts go back to, I think, 2020 or 2021. But even then, she was like, I don't know if we should continue with this bitch because it's, she's a hottie, but she might be crazy and she might ruin our lives. And, well, she did. So
it goes on to say when the alleged victim found out Bridget couldn't, she changed her mind and canceled with Christian. That's the details we knew leading up to the alleged rape. But this report, now much less redacted.
So what gets even more interesting is this third woman, I guess the unicorn, I think she's called in the lifestyle community. She accused Christian Ziegler, the husband, of raping her. So the woman comes to their house hoping to have a threesome with both of them, obviously. Turns out Bridget isn't home. And so...
No, that's not it.
No, it's not it?
No, he went to her place.
He went to her place.
He went to her place.
And
I'm
she
sorry.
let him in.
And she let him in. My mistake.
And then remember, she said, please don't finish on my new shirt.
Right. So then it gets even crazier, Seth, because the whole thing, that sex act was filmed.
The second one?
Yeah, the one that they're claiming rape, he had it saved on his cloud or whatever, which is how they know what she said is don't finish on my new shirt, please.
Right. And when did this all go down? Was it last year or was it a few years ago?
I thought it was in October of last year.
October of 23?
Yeah.
And then she went to police and was like, hey, this guy raped me. And he's like, actually, I got... And I think in the video, she knows she's being recorded, right? She's kind of... Is she performing for the camera a little bit?
I am not sure about that one.
As when police interviewed Bridget on November 1st, she, quote, confirmed that she had participated in a threesome with her husband once 2 years ago. But the document goes on to say that Bridget said, quote, there has not been any talk about another threesome.
Just one and done? Seems unlikely.
At the end of the day, Sarasota police chose not to file sexual battery charges against Christian Ziegler, though he could still face a video voyeurism charge, something now in the hands of the state attorney's office. And political analyst Tara Newsom says no matter what happens in this case, Florida Republicans may be moving on.
Do they have children? Do we know? I feel like that might be a bit of a mess for them to kind of, navigate through. So hopefully they don't, because that would just be super, super embarrassing. Hello, who's this?
No, two. Go two. Don't go one.
Don't go one, go two?
Yeah.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, everybody, it's Scout.
Scout, what's going on?
Oh, I just called in to say how much I appreciate the fact you guys have been manning the ship and doing a fine job. As I'm out here cruising around on the highways and the byways all by myself because Big Gulp's on recovery.
Sure.
I appreciate the fact every day that, you guys are here for me.
Oh, of course. She's doing well?
And, yeah, she it's a lower back groin pull thing. She did it getting out of the truck, and that's why she was so low key at BART, man. She's a hot mess. She's on some meds and just trying to recoup and get better. So
okay.
I've been out here rolling around by myself.
Shame.
As the boss man says.
I'm sorry that you're all alone, but I'm glad she's on the road to recovery.
We're with her, Anna. We're with Scout.
We are with you. Yes, we are with you.
That's it. You guys are totally with me. And our puppy's at home because she's recovering from knee surgery.
Oh,
so so I am truly solo out here. So yeah.
Shame.
Stay healthy.
Where are you right now, currently?
That's it. I'm in Illinois. I'm on the I-39 headed north, rolling into a suburb outside of Chicago. Got to make this here delivery, and then do a pickup to parts unknown yet because they haven't told me what my next deal is.
Man, oh man.
So
it's one hell of a life.
But you guys are totally killing it. It's been really good. The Two Jews show has been phenomenal, and I look forward to Tara and Anna getting back in the studio together. That's always a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So thanks for all the extra programming, you guys. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We are here to serve. Thank you, Scout.
Bye, Scout.
Glad we're keeping you company. Darius Rucker is in the news for no good reason here, unfortunately. It's like news, but it's not news. Like, it's a minor drug offense and something with his car registration.
What's up with the mugshot, though? That's what's going to cause,
I mean, does anyone really it's rare to have a good mugshot.
It's Hootie, man.
Trump's mugshot is epic.
He looks very frightened here.
I know. Well,
Confused.
I mean,
Well, he's on drugs.
Well, it says minor drug offense he was arrested for, but it looks like he just got caught in a classroom full of kids.
I know.
That actually is a good point.
I know.
I just want to be with you.
But he's fully cooperating. Yeah, I was trying to name a Hootie and the Blowfish song, and I keep singing "Daughter" from Pearl Jam, and I don't know why. What's their most popular song? Hootie
Only
and the
want to be
Hold my
with you.
hand.
I just want to be with you.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
I
but I
got
mean,
it.
Darius Rucker is a
cry.
huge country star.
Yeah, just solo, because I didn't think Hootie and the Blowfish.
Me mama like a wagon wheel.
Oh, yeah,
Can you get me some Darius Rucker?
Yeah. I lived in New Orleans when Hootie and the Blowfish first exploded. They went to a little bar before their album hit and played a concert, and I just happened to go there. Chapatulas it was called, and I was like, I've never heard this band, never heard of this band. And I had the best time because their music was so awesome.
Yeah.
And then their albums hit, and like number one. All these massive hits came out, and then about 9 months later, they came back to the same bar, and kind of just as a thank you, played again. They didn't let anybody know until like the day of.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went both times. It was amazing. It was really incredible.
Darius Rucker's had a bigger career solo than he did with Hootie.
No,
and the Blowfish.
he actually gets super offended when people still call him Hootie.
No, he forgave that because last year he actually started singing, or 2 years ago, Hootie and the Blowfish songs.
I'm glad that ship has sailed.
Yeah. But this is obviously this was a
is
huge
Wagon Wheel. Okay, this is a huge song I've never heard of
country.
that came out 10 years ago. So Hootie and the Blowfish haven't been together this whole time.
Correct.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Are the Blowfish
no
doing
idea.
okay? Did they make enough money off the records?
Well, they started touring again, and he actually he does some stuff.
Seemingly, they're doing
Yeah.
Do Hold My Hand, or I Only Want to Be With You. I mean, those are songs that people really know.
Yes.
Oh, a lot of people.
No one knows this damn song.
Are you serious?
I don't know.
This was number one for like 7 months.
Yeah.
Send me the classics, Lummy. Send me the classics.
You've had to have heard Hootie and the Blowfish just by accident.
Oh no, I've heard it. Like when Rhett started singing the song I had, I couldn't name it off the top of my head. They were popular like late 90s, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Right around Edie Brickell.
I went to I was at Blockbuster Music back in the day trying to buy a Bone Thugs and Harmony CD, and my parents caught on because it had a parental advisory sticker.
Yeah.
So I had to put it back, and I got the Hootie and the Blowfish CD
instead.
Yeah, family friendly.
Did you like it?
I did. Yeah, I did.
It's uplifting music. You know, I understand why people enjoy it.
They were a
because
joke.
It's light.
At the time, they were a joke for some reason. I don't know. They got treated like kind of Creed, Nickelback, did.
I was going to ask about that. Why did Nickelback get such a bad rap over
Who knows?
their
They have so
music?
many number ones.
I know.
Great Canadian band.
They sure are. All right, here's rock? Is that
This was
fair to say?
was college rock.
College
you know what I mean?
rock.
This was like college rock.
Okay, it's
at
not
the time.
okay. It's not grunge, obviously.
I would call it like kind of like folk rock.
Okay. All right. Jay?
You know, I think the problem was they got really popular too fast, and they were kind of that folky, pop rock. And so Danny and a lot of us were more into the grunge we thought was cooler. But I mean, in hindsight, he was a very talented guy.
I loved him.
He wasn't
I
my
loved
thing.
him.
That sound was what was in at the time.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
It was
You know,
huge.
that acoustic
Sound of the
folky.
90s, yes.
Yeah, it was Black Crows and those
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
that's it. Yeah, another
and
good one.
4 Non-Blondes. and
Over
there was a-
singing.
Yeah.
Now, are
yeah,
you guys the type of people? I'm asking the room here, where artists become less cool the more people know about them. Like, is because I used to be that way. I'm not anymore because I'm not a child. But I remember in high school being really mad when bands I liked started to become a bit more popular.
I think, in my opinion, it just depends on what the band decides to do. Like if they change up their sound and they get a little hokey with it, then it's easy to fall out of interest. But I don't know. I guess it just depends on the person and the band.
Yeah, because some people think like, oh, as soon as you become popular, like you sold out. It's like, dude, maybe not. Maybe you're just doing music and people are hearing it and they like it and you're getting more popular, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, ironically, I went to a Travis Scott concert 2 nights ago with my son.
Whoa!
Did anyone get
And
trampled?
you know who showed up? Kanye effing West. In the middle
What,
of the
did
show,
he have
and
anything
he
to say
did
about Gaza and what's going on
He
over
did
there?
nothing but a 5-song set and crushed it,
Oh, is
and the
it? That's
crowd
awesome.
loved him. And my son said, everyone thinks he's controversial till he starts rapping. And
Where was
they
he?
love him.
Did you go to Miami or
No,
was
Orlando.
It was Orlando.
Oh, wow.
It was unreal.
Yeah, he showed up as a surprise.
Yes.
Performed Runaway and then left.
He played
And ran
about
away?
4 or 5 songs. I got them all on video. I'll show you, Rhett. And he came out in this like Jason mask and a black leather outfit.
And nobody knew who he was
That's how
initially.
he walks around LA, by the way.
I think he went through the airport like that.
Okay.
So it was interesting because there was a buzz in the crowd. I heard a kid behind us say, "Hey, Kanye's supposed to be in town," and then all of a sudden, my kid and his friends all started looking it up.
They got the buzz.
And the arena started, yelling Kanye early on, and then midway through the concert, Travis Scott, who is a fantastic performer, his show was unbelievable. You could understand the lyrics. The sound was perfect. Pyrotechnics. It was incredible. He just goes, "If it wasn't for this next man, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing." And Kanye took over the whole show for about 20 minutes.
I sent you a clip.
Oh, you did?
I got something I'll share with you guys, Lummy and Red, if you're going to post any. It's sick.
He doesn't say like the K word or
He
anything.
said nothing controversial.
Okay.
He just came out,
Let's see.
sang, basically dropped a mic and walked off. It was
Here's a
unreal.
little
There it
bit
is.
of it.
Yeah, I got all that video. I got video just like that.
Please don't say the N word.
Listen to that.
Oh,
I could definitely hear
I'm just scared.
Oh, it can't tell me nothing.
Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. And then I believe your son has Drake tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that concert. Real
Yeah,
bad.
so he said, "Dad, I don't know if it's ever going to be a better week seeing Kanye, Travis Scott, and Drake in the same week."
Are these his favorite artists? Is
I
this
would
what he's
say-
listening to?
Yeah, Drake and Travis Scott are probably his 2 favorite artists.
Awesome.
And, Travis Scott, having seen probably 100 concerts and just coming off a Tool, fantastic showman. I see
Okay.
why he's a superstar.
What's the best concert you've ever been to?
These Tool concerts recently, as far as sound quality and visuals, are just incredible.
Do you love Tool as much as Dr. Dan?
I'm the one that turned him on to it. So
Oh, you're
yes,
taking
but I
credit
was
for that.
a huge Jane's Addiction and Lollapalooza fan. I
Okay.
went to probably 10 Lollapaloozas, and I went to the first Jane's Addiction one 3 times in 3 states. And so this guy had a mosh pit, and my kid was like itching to get in it. And I said, "Wait a couple of years, you're in it. It'll be fine."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked like a really, really fun. It was great.
But
Great.
no one got trampled at the Travis Scott concert.
They almost, Seth, we're all in these huge lines, literally
Yeah.
a couple 100 yards, and then we're supposed to go in at 8, and they don't let us in at 8. And then at like 8:20, they opened up all the lines, and people started rushing. And I was like, oh my God, son, this is how
like Astro World.
This is how, exactly. I
Yeah.
said, this is how people get trampled. But the line just tightened up. And then I kind of worked the line on the right-hand side to the point where someone in the back said, that dude's like the Donald Trump of line management. I swear to God. That's what my kid's friend was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Because like kids tried to like jump in front of me, these big meathead kids, and I'm like, no,
Jay,
boys.
was it general admission? It wasn't like you didn't have a ticket?
No, I did. They had
well, then,
lines.
who cares?
Dan,
if some guy's in front of you and you have a ticket, and it's an hour before the concert starts, who cares if two people jump in front of you?
You would have been Danny Trump. There were 4,000 people trying to cut line in front of me, and that wasn't happening.
You have an assigned seat, dude.
No, Dan.
They weren't going to start till people were in the seats.
You almost fought someone at the Phillies game. What are you talking about?
I want to go to a concert with Dr. Dan.
Me too. I just caused problems.
To have a criticism from Dan at that moment, I thought you'd be proud of me.
What happened at the Phillies game?
Yeah, tell her that one.
Okay, well,
in front of his children.
In front of Sophia. A friend of mine has 7 restaurants in the Philadelphia Stadium, and they had a box. We're going to the Aramark. Is it Aramark?
Yeah, Aramark. Yeah,
Aramark box. And I had special tickets, and so I'm at the front of the stadium. I just walked across the street to park, and I'm trying to figure out which way to go. So I'm standing at the very edge of the street, and I'm seeing like a wave of people going from right to left. But they're going into different areas. I'm looking. And then some guy goes, hey, the line's back there. I'm like, what are you, the freaking line police? You give me a ticket? Who died and made you God? And I start screaming at the guy. And but I wasn't, I wasn't mad he was cutting me in line. I had box tickets. This is baseball. I care.
Well, Dan, I didn't scream at anyone. I worked the edge of the perimeter, and I got like a lot of boys to run away because my kid and his friends were like, that was unbelievable. Because there was
you got the finesse.
Thousands of people, and so I just made friends on the inside of the mob.
Yeah.
And then the outside of the mob, I worked the perimeter. No one was getting past me. It was never happening. I didn't care if you were 6'3" and 250 pounds, or if you were 5'10" trying to squeak by me.
I'm proud of you, Jay.
It was
Great
unreal. It
job.
was so much fun. We had a ball.
The Diacos have different plans for crowd control. Both seem like they were effective. So, and they both sound fun.
I wasn't going to get hit by a bottle. Danny would have.
Can I answer these phone calls, Lummy? We'll find out.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, who's this? Hello. Thank you for waiting.
Oh no, it's Debo.
What's up, Debo?
What's up? I just was calling to let you guys know you guys are doing awesome this week.
Oh, thank you.
Without Bubba, you're doing great as a host. Also, Seth, I love that you're back, man. I'm also one of your biggest fans.
Thank
I'm
you.
loving the 2 Live Jew. I'm loving the Clem and Kush. Just you guys are doing great.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for checking those out.
Yeah, love you guys.
All right, have a great weekend.
Love you.
Hello, last call before we go to break. Who's this?
Hey guys, this is Grant, the Pelican guy's brother.
What's up, Pelican? Grant?
What's up, guy? Well, you guys kind of got away from it, but I was just, you guys were talking about the wagon wheel. Have you guys ever heard that Old Crow Medicine Show version of it?
I've not. I think he's talking about the Darius Rucker song.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
no.
I think they sang it first. It's like obnoxiously,
cover?
like twangy and bluegrass. No, I think they sang it first, actually.
So his is a cover.
Who's you like better?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, probably Darius Rucker. 'Cause
Yeah,
this
probably.
other one's kind of obnoxious, but
Right.
you guys should check out. It's like emo country, dude. It's pretty interesting.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. We appreciate it.
The most famous song from Whitney Houston was a cover from a Dolly Parton song.
The
I Will Always Love You?
Yep.
Most
Dolly
of hers.
Parton sang that.
Oh,
really?
Red sent me. I sent you something on the wagon wheel with Bert Kreischer or whatever.
So
his name
Bert
is.
Kreischer is
Bert Kreischer?
notoriously. In my opinion, he sucks. I hate him.
As a stand-up?
Yeah,
I
he's
agree with
not
that.
funny at all. But this is a clip from a podcast he did with Shane Gillis.
I like
I
him.
love Shane Gillis. I don't have
This-
anything, I think, from Lummy.
Yeah, I sent it.
He just got sponsored by Bud
July
Light. If you
Slink.
haven't spoken about that,
Yeah,
already.
Shane Gillis is going to
did.
single-handedly save Bud Light.
That's what they think.
But basically, for context in this clip, Gillis hadn't walked in yet. They started recording, so
You
Bert
resent it, Lummy.
grabs a guitar and he starts playing Wagon Wheel. He's like, I don't think Shane has ever heard this song before, so I'm just going to tell him that I wrote it, and I'm going to ask him what he thinks. And his response is everything.
I just see the Travis Scott deal.
Yeah, I don't know where that.
I just sent you a bunch of Travis Scott clips too, right?
All right.
Thank you. Shoulder pads?
Listen.
He probably is.
That's what he
Yeah.
does.
Shoulder
I sent
pads
it
and
to
clam
him.
diggers with red socks.
I don't see it, dude. Well,
Right there.
you know.
Clam diggers with red socks.
There we go.
There it
All
is.
right.
Probably
Oh, wait, hold on. Just give me a second here. I opened up like 50 different.
Kanye snapped the other day. Someone asked him if his wife has free will.
Really?
Yeah.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. What do you think?
Gay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I probably should have checked that first.
That's okay. No problem.
I apologize.
Deliciously disgusting.
You're absolutely right.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Yeah.
Do you like Kanye at all? Did you like any of his older music when we were kids?
I saw Kanye fucking.
You saw him?
I've seen him. I've seen him so many.
The radio bit
I love Kanye.
So, I told you how it happened. So my kid's friend goes, watch this train. He's like, Kanye. He gets a whole arena to start creating. So in the middle of it, they had this happening. So all of a sudden, this is what happens. He walks out like this.
Damn, everybody left.
So you don't even know where he is yet. And then this is his first song. So good.
I wish you was singing.
No, he
okay,
ends up doing more singing than rapping.
For the scumbag.
Yeah. So I just sent you a bunch of them. I think they should go to you.
All right. No, we can put them.
I mean, that's a pretty good video, right?
Yeah. Were you on the floor? You had seats.
No, we were in the handicap row. At the end of the first section, up at the top there, where no one is
placing the handicap
That was the best ever.
People with disabilities.
Here's when I saw Kanye.
Oh, dude.
When he had the floating stage.
So he.
That's at Emily. So
Chuck
we're under him.
Mr. House.
Yeah,
So we were basically maybe 25, one section off of the stage. So all the madness was right below
No,
us,
that's
and it was really
perfect
good.
seats.
And then he ended up playing the other song that everyone loves. Which one?
Oh yeah,
Disturbed and
That's
covered.
what I'm saying. They literally played 4 or 5 songs.
Oh, Darkness. Yeah, it's Sound of Silence.
Disturbed covered Land of Confusion also.
So
by Genesis.
Really?
Yeah, really.
As an old guy?
Really good. Yeah.
As an old guy, I was super happy.
Their Disturbed Sound of Silence is I love that song.
Yeah, no,
That's
he's a great
song because I love that song.
You've always been a Sound of Silence guy.
Dave Draymond's a great singer, man.
So wait a second. It's, I hadn't shown you any of those videos yet, had I, Dan?
No.
The Kanye ones are unbelievable. I mean, as an old guy, I'm happy to have seen him.
Dude, that was the first time you saw him?
Yeah.
Who? Travis Scott?
Kanye. The videos are.
Oh,
I'll show it to you later. They're rad. I'll
Yeah,
send them to you
I'll
after the
see.
show.
You play it now?
Yeah.
Their verse. Okay, well.
You got it?
I was just looking up on iTunes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have it.
Dude, that's Phil Collins. They redid that song.
Billy Joel has some new music in there.
But it's very similar to the original.
Yeah.
And so the Disturbed Sound of Silence was nothing like
Oh,
the
yeah,
original.
yeah, no,
Nothing
yeah.
had not the same feeling. I mean, it sounds like a guy singing a cover of of
Yeah,
that song.
I see what you like. You like
Disturbed was
different.
like a completely different song.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
No, I see what
thought.
you're saying. There's covers that they do their own thing, or if some people just like it when they cover the song.
And try to get as accurate as possible. Like I like the Chris Cornell covers because his are different enough.
Oh well, yeah.
Like
His voice is
the one he did
Cash
from
Hurt.
Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Johnny Cash Hurt, which was originally a Nine Inch Nails song that sounds nothing like the original, won a Grammy posthumously after he died.
That was a Nine Inch Nails
That was
song?
It was produced with 9 Inch Nails, and it's
They sang it? Did they record it first?
Maybe it was it just written by Trent Reznor, or was it also a song, The Hurt?
The Johnny Cash one?
Yeah. Yeah, I know he either wrote it or it was an
Let's see
original
it.
song.
Let's see if did you, on iTunes
Because
Nine
that's
Inch
like,
Nails
you
Hurt.
like when they redo it completely.
9 Inch Nails Hurt.
That's it. It's maybe just Trent Reznor. Did he just produce it? Because he definitely posthumously
They
won.
did a live version of it, I think. Or was that the album? It's called Hurt.
It was written by Reznor and reimagined by Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reimagined. That's what they call it.
But he sings it the same way.
No. Way more emo. It's better than that.
Still so hard. It's like the Disturbed
Oh yeah.
Phil Collins song.
Jay, you should take your kid to the Billy Joel concert. For the piano players.
What?
So you should take your kid to the
When is
Billy
Billy Joel
concert. February 24th.
Every year.
We are the only show that can talk about nothing.
The use of all Bubba-isms is prohibited without the express written consent of Bubba the Love Sponge.
This is not staged. It's not nothing. It's very scientific.
It's not in a killing mood.
Right.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Good day. And welcome back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. My name is Anna. I'll be hosting the rest of today. And Bubba will be back on Monday. Woo! I'm excited too. Freaky Phone Friday. 813-90-BUBBA. Please send us money. Please and thank you. Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat. Go ahead.
We were talking about pianists.
Penises?
No, pianists.
Oh, pianists. Yeah.
And I was just wondering, of the three, who's your favorite? Billy Joel, Elton John, or Jerry Lee Lewis?
I feel like
those are the only three pianists I am really familiar with.
Right.
Liberace. I mean,
Liberace.
You're also forgetting.
I vote Liberace.
Did Jerry Lee Lewis do Great Balls of Fire?
Yes, Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I know some.
Goodness, great. Oh,
Yeah, I know the songs.
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Mine's Stevie Wonder.
I'd probably say
Ray
Elton
Charles.
John.
Ray Charles has to be in there too.
I think
right,
probably
right.
Elton John. I like his hits the most. I think.
Yeah, as a kid, I liked Billy Joel more, but now
He
I've
wrote his
kinda
own music, so that's
sided-
more impressive.
I've kind of sided towards who wrote their own music.
Billy Joel, I thought.
All of it.
Wait. Okay.
Did he not?
Billy Joel did write his own music.
All of it.
Elton John
Did
wrote his
not.
own music. He had someone else write the lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh,
So what
interesting.
Elton John would do was the same guy for 40 years would send him lyrics, and then Elton John would just put him on the piano and start playing a song to him.
Was it like Bernie Tampin, or I feel like
Bernie something.
So,
yeah,
okay.
it was Bernie
I knew that
something.
he had not a ghostwriter, but a writer that wrote exclusively all of his
Everything.
music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Opposite of Tool.
Right.
So
So some
they write
people.
all the music and then they send it to Maynard and then he listens to it and he does his lyrics over the top of already pre-produced music, which is
Right. It's the
wild.
opposite, which is
It's
crazy.
both
Yeah.
of them are in. They must both be incredibly creative, amazing artists.
So you're saying with Elton John, some guy essentially just sent him a poem, and then he just turned it into music.
It was Bernie Taupin.
And it was one of the most incredible movies I've seen when it talks about how a guy really became a superstar, Rocket Man. And you know, the most incredible scene was when he walked. He was a child, and his grandmother he had kind of a broken home. His dad was kind of a dick. His mom was kind of disinterested, but his grandmother helped. And almost all child proteges have someone in the family help them. They don't do it by themselves. A lot of times it's not their primary parents, but someone
believes in them, or a teacher, or mentor.
Someone believes in them and helps them, coax them through. So his grandmother gets him into the school for the arts, the music school, and she gets him an audition. So he goes into this giant auditorium. It's like a basketball court, gymnasium. And there's a woman playing piano at the opposite side, and she's going off on the ivory. I mean, she's tickling it like it's, it's like there's no tomorrow. And she's going off in the song. And so he walks up, introduces himself, and she says, "Well, did you bring music?" And he says, "No." And she says, "Well, is there something you'd like to play?" And he goes, "Okay." And so he sits down, and he proceeds to start playing the song that she was just playing, as well as she was doing it, and then stops. She goes, "What's wrong?" He said, "That's where you stopped." He heard her playing it as he walked in and played the song perfectly by ear.
That's insane.
He was one of those savants.
That's crazy. I did not know that about him at all.
They make the hair on your neck stand up. So those
it's
kinds
called
of
Rocket
guys.
Man. That's the movie.
Yeah. Those types of people should be multimillionaires. They should be famous. The guys that are singing with the the megaphones and the auto-tune crap, they should be in jail.
What? In jail?
This is like Brian's Venmo take almost.
In jail.
Jesus Christ.
Get
I
in
wasn't
jail,
going that far.
T-Pain, you bastard!
I love T-Pain.
Jerry Lee Lewis is banging an underage chick. I mean,
hey, they all have their strengths. That's cool. But yeah, Billy Joel apparently just came out with new music after 31 years. I heard it yesterday, but I can't remember if I liked it or not.
Oh, boy.
But
it's the kind of music you can listen to alone, but you could never listen to it in like a convertible with the top open because someone would look at you like there's something going on wrong.
Like
with
Lizzo.
What? Like
I don't
Uptown
know.
Girl?
What do you think? What would you see, Seth, if you saw Dan rolling around in like a convertible Ferrari blasting Billy Joel?
I think there was another man that we couldn't see taking care of a business downstairs. The console.
Me too.
I don't see a problem with that. We didn't start the fire.
That's a great
Dan
song.
just getting really crazy with it. I could see that.
Piano Man is a great song.
Yeah.
Jay rolled up on me once when I was playing Lizzo with Sophia in the car.
No way.
Same feeling.
You're a bad bitch.
I'd like to see Lummy do that in the smart car blasting Billy Joel.
Oh, I do it.
I like it.
Do you like Lizzo, or you just put up with it to relate to the kids?
I think Lizzo, when she came out, was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we needed it. It was at a time where people were a little dark and not, like had dark moods.
Right, dark moods,
And
not skin. Right, we got it.
People were just a little down and out, and they needed something uplifting. And I like songs that are uplifting.
Yes.
I'm all for
You're 100%
pop
that
rock
bitch.
and pop music where people get excited and happy when they hear a song and they smile and they cheer and they jump up and down. I mean, that's what music's for. Music is to entertain. It can be, associated with memories and things like that.
Yeah, so where did
emotions.
Lizzo go wrong?
Well,
where'd she lose you?
Personally, I was
she
a little
hasn't lost me.
I was a little
had a hit like
disappointed.
that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was a little disappointed when she came out and said she doesn't make music for white people. That really let me down. I was a big Lizzo fan.
Good thing Dan's not white.
Yeah.
So
I'm not white, and I didn't hear her say that. But and again, I really don't care what color she is. I don't care how big she is. I really don't care her political points.
Sure.
We still listen to Michael Jackson, and he touched kids. No one cares anymore.
Is that allegedly? He was never convicted.
Whatever,
Okay.
dude.
Well,
He
can come
did
after me
it.
then. His
He
estate
did
can
it.
come after me.
I listen to R. Kelly still, and I don't even feel bad about it. Is that okay to say?
But it's weird. Like we
I love I
accept
Believe I Can
Michael
Fly.
Jackson, but we try to cancel R. Kelly.
Chris Brown went through the roof after he beat down Rihanna, allegedly.
Okay, listen. Do you know the real
allegedly.
story behind that? Because I am Chris Brown's
What
biggest
she was
fan.
asking for? Is that what?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just
What
saying
are
you
you
didn't do
saying?
it for no reason. That's all I'll say is you didn't do it for no reason.
What did she say? What did she say? What did Rihanna
She
say to
didn't
him?
say anything. So apparently this is what happened according.
Apparently.
Who
She
knows what the real story is? I don't know. I know that Chris Brown Chris Brown is probably my favorite artist of all time.
That's crazy.
I know that's
Be in
insane.
love with the domestic abuser.
I'm not
allegedly.
in love with him. I'm in love with his music. Okay, I love it. He has a lot of great hits. Basically, what happened was they were driving. They had a very tumultuous relationship. I think at the time he was 17, 18. She's a year older, maybe 19, 20, something like that. So they're pretty young. They're driving in the car, and at that time, your music was on CDs, right? And so he had this CD where he only had one copy of whatever new music he was working on, and they were getting in a fight, and apparently she took that CD and she just started scratching it.
So she asked for it.
I'm not saying that, Jay. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just saying that he didn't do it for no reason. So he's like, stop that.
There's always a reason for someone to
So
beat
he's
down
like,
somebody.
stop that. And she kept doing it. And then she punched him in the face first. And then he accidentally retaliated. That's all I'll say.
Sounds like
Accidentally retaliated. And then she took his keys and he, out of the ignition and threw him out. And he had to find him. It was a big mess.
As a father of a daughter and a son, here's what I've told my son is you never lay a hand on a woman, no matter what. You can never do that.
Yeah.
Ever. Never. Especially not over a CD
I
that's
sent you a
scratched.
link
What?
because Rhett brings receipts and he wants Dr. Dan to see this.
I mean, do you
Okay.
think your daughter would deserve it, Seth, if she scratched your CDs?
No, God.
I mean, what if it was your only one?
Gee.
Okay, I feel like Red is trying to ruin Dan's day by telling him that, in fact, Lizzo said that, unfortunately, Dan, this music is not for you.
He hates her now.
This is not for you. Lizzo,
No, I just wanted to confirm that I don't get on the air and talk out of my ass. That's all.
No, I remember her saying
question
that.
it. I didn't question your comment. I just didn't hear about it. And again,
ignorance is bliss.
I mean, so it's not made for skinny white people.
Yeah, is this kind of for you?
Oh my God,
Rhett?
It's just like J-Lo.
I mean, it was.
She's just like She does not look like J-Lo. I hate you.
From the Super Bowl.
Oh my word. From the Super Bowl.
Dan just caused 5,000 eating disorders.
I know, he sure did. Oh man, did she? Let me see if she says anything here.
But we needed J-Lo. I mean, we needed Lizzo like we needed Tiger King. I agreed. Someone said that on chat.
Yeah.
She came at the right time.
Yeah, she
we needed
did.
happy, fun music.
That was COVID, right?
It was before COVID,
It was before
wasn't
it,
it?
but it was still a kind of.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was around then. It was around then. They're just saying that she used a slur against disabled people. I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
It's I'm not. But I am going to take a few calls. Hello, who's this? Yo.
Freaky Phone Friday.
Freaky Phone Friday.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me? Because I can hear you.
Hey, it's Nash One, guys.
What's going on?
Hey, just wanted to call and say everyone's doing a good job, but mostly just wanted to call, thank Bubba so much for everything over the track, man. It's been a blast.
Yeah, thank you, Nash One.
Thank you.
Yeah. Everything's great up there, man. The chatter around the campsites and everything, the place looks great.
Lots of parties.
The track's been absolutely amazing. They were, touching record laps on Tuesday night. Good chatter about that. How sticky and tacky where it needs to be, and slick where you want it.
Excellent.
Perfect.
How's Bubba? Is he in a good mood?
Not seeing him too much. He's so busy. Him, and the merch crick, they're running around like chickens with heads cut off, man.
Okay.
Oh man.
But the track is
great road.
cooperating weather-wise, and
Yeah, it's been dry.
okay, good.
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing.
Perfect.
It's showing rain on Sunday, which is probably a decent thing. Hopefully, it doesn't monsoon or anything like that. So.
Sure.
But just want to say thank you to Bubba. We're having time of our lives, man. All
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Yeah. It's been great.
The world's a
Me
better
and
place
Jeremy-
when the Nashes are happy,
It really is.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Me, Jeremy, Mitch, Big Red was up there Tuesday and Wednesday.
Fun.
Captain
great.
Ron, right? Captain Ron.
We'll have a bunch of us all up there on that the second USAC weekend, the 14th, 15th, 16th. There'll be a bunch of people.
Is it? It's just a 2-week bender for you. Like every day is a party for 2 weeks, right? Oh, geez.
When we're there, yes. When we're there, it gets a little wild. I mean,
I like that.
It's having the time of our lives, man. We're we have to come back the end of this week for a little while. We're a little more demanded on these years, so just got to take care of things and
Sure.
get stuff straight. But we'll definitely be there the 9th and 10th, and then that 14th, 15th, 16th.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
but-
Beautiful. Well, enjoy yourself. You deserve it. Okay.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you so much, man. We
Thank
love
you, Bubba. Bye bye. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? It's Pedro.
What's up, Pedro?
Not too much. First, I got to be a great fan and say that all of you suck, but we love you, and we appreciate what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Anyway, so on a different note, Wagon Wheel, I think, was written I was going back and forth with Blum's divorce lawyer. I don't know if it was written by Dylan or by John Denver.
It was written by Dylan. He's a co-writer on it with Catch Secor of Old Crow Medicine
and it really
Show.
sucked. Yeah, the original really sucked. I like the updated version.
I think every version sucks.
Yes. Well, you're just not a country fan, Dr.
I like some country music.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but that song was pretty good.
Only Love and something that Billy Ray Cyrus
The one that
sang.
you featured in?
Yeah.
That's
Icky
one of the
Breaky
50% of the country songs
You
you
liked
like. Seth
Icky
is the
Breaky
video
Heart?
It's
he's in.
catchy. It's a
Get outta
catchy
here, Dr.
song.
Dan.
Joking.
No, it's not.
No, he's not at all.
I know.
Thanks, Pedro. We appreciate it. Have a good one.
No problem. See you guys. Love you.
Love you too. I don't know if you heard about this, but RFK Jr. is in the news probably for a reason that he doesn't want to be. It's a weird story, but
That's
apparently
funny.
he's in the news because there was a comment made, I guess this was in 2022, that has resurfaced on X, where his official account, TikTok account, made a comment on an OnlyFans model's account, TikTok, and it said just wow with the with a smiley face with the hearts around it. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's got my vote. He's one of us, man.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
I like
It was
him
his
more.
staffer.
But now he's saying it wasn't him, it was his staffer.
you think Joe
okay?
Biden is writing that stuff on his Twitter?
There was two kissy
Of course
faces
he is.
also with the
Two
wow.
kissy faces. I thought it was just one.
No, two kissy faces on the wow, and yeah, it was a girl that was showing off her ass in a mirror.
An OnlyFans model is posted in the fall of 2022. Kennedy is married to actress Cheryl Hines, and they have 6 children from past marriages. But like Lummi said, that he has claimed that actually was from one of his staffers who had a campaign account or something like that, and it somehow merged with his current account.
Come on.
And
And,
I mean,
that's why you saw what you saw.
cares?
That's not news.
I don't
Who
care.
cares?
Who
If
cares?
anything, I like him more for it. You know, what's ironic is yesterday the 2 staffers from the Senate who had gay sex on the Senate floor
Oh, dear.
were not convicted of anything nor charged of anything in the same building that all the January Sixers were. And it's ridiculous that this is the kind of thing that they're spending time and money on.
How do you feel about that, Jay, in terms of if you are a guy and say he did do this, I'm just asking, just throw it out there. Say he did do this. Do you think it's appropriate for men in relationships to make comments on other women's bodies on social media? Do you think that
I can make
is
them to my wife. I can literally look at
I know
my
you
wife
can.
and say, "Look at that! Wow!"
Oh, I see. I
What
see
do you
what you're
think?
saying.
I mean, oh my goodness, it's either that looks horrible or that looks amazing.
Right.
But I don't comment on OnlyFans, but it's probably a staffer,
Okay.
as Lummi says, and if not, it should be a who cares? He's still married to the same woman forever. That should be a story in Hollywood.
Well, I'm just wondering if you generally think it's appropriate or not appropriate when men are commenting on other women.
I don't like social media in that regard, but I'm not judging.
I think it depends
of a
on
politician for this kind of
it depends on the
clickbait.
relationship. Seth, how does that go? I know you're pretty active on social media. Are you posting on OnlyFans models' butts and stuff like that? And is Phoebe aware of it?
No, I don't. I don't make any comments. I don't follow any scantily clad women. Sometimes, obviously, in your Instagram, feed, there will be some, a lot of ass models that will pop up, whether it's from the algorithm of me or whatever. Who knows? But yeah, I don't leave any comments at all. There's really no reason to
like any or comment on any.
Yeah, there's really. I mean, if I left a comment, I want to be seen by the model, and I don't want to be seen. I want to just be peeking through the bushes because I'm a happily married man.
Yeah, if you leave a comment, everyone you know is more likely to see it than the person you left it for.
Right, because they're
exactly.
following you. That's the last thing that you want to be
That's a good
doing,
point.
friends. I think a few days ago we were talking about radio stunts and pranks that got us in trouble with significant others. And Seth, you did in you found the pictures of me slapping Drew's ass.
Yes.
You initially claimed that he did have his underwear on, but from the photos you can see that his underwear is pulled down.
Yes, they were up in
that
some
got
photos.
me in some heat.
Yes, he smacked a bare ass. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I hate saying that I felt a little pressured to do it, but it was kind of one of those, in the moment sort of things where it's like, you want to smack my butt? And here I am, just a phone screener on the Drew Garabo show. I'm just trying to play along. And there was evidence of it. I think it got posted online, and the guy I was dating at the time wasn't too happy about it. But I was like, it's not like anyone was smacking my ass, but I understand.
Was that more than 4 years ago? Were you uncomfortable in the workplace?
No.
Oh,
I was. It was fine.
Sorry.
It was fine. Everything's fine. I'm not complaining anything.
888 SOS.
No.
If you feel as though you've been harassed in the workplace, then please give me a call.
Going back to the RFK thing. I mean, isn't that what made us really like Trump too?
Right.
I mean, he always quotes it. I sent you a little link on that.
He's doing more stuff like that. He was surfing with Kelly Slater 2 weeks ago.
Trump?
He did push-up. Yeah,
Trump?
He was surfing with Kelly Slater.
He wasn't surfing.
I swear to God. Well, he was trying to surf. Trump? He was trying to become more RFK. Excuse me. We were talking about RFK and the relatability from that post. So he was acting like Trump, and he is doing more things that he's trying to be relatable.
No, I mean, this is just
What
one
is
random
this?
one.
Trump on women wearing burqas.
Would we be better off, as an example, in Iraq? What are we doing? What are we doing? The migration was caused by Iraq, by Libya, by this. We want to give people freedom? We're not going to have our own freedom pretty soon if we keep doing this. We're not going to have our own freedom. They don't want freedom. It's like I saw somebody, I won't even say because it's embarrassing. We want it where the women over there don't have to wear the you-know-what. That makes sense. That's nice. Then I saw women interviewed. They said, we want to wear them. We've worn them for 1,000 years. Why would anybody tell us not to? They want to. What the hell are we getting involved for? In fact, it's easier. You don't have to put up makeup. Look how beautiful everyone looks. Wouldn't it be easier? Wah. Wouldn't that be easy?
It sure would.
I'll tell you, if I was a woman, I don't want to. Wah. I'm ready, darling. Let's go. It's true.
Made up a noise.
God, he's good.
Who doesn't want Trump back?
Good.
I mean, come on.
CNN will play that like he's being serious, and he's doing a comedic riff that
so
no
funny.
one in this room could do other than Shane Gillis.
Yeah, I know. I just hear Shane Gillis every time I hear Trump these days.
You do save money on teleprompters when Trump is in office, though, so there's that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is the Havoc on YouTube.
What's going on?
I just wanted to tell y'all, y'all doing great without Bubba. I love everybody on the show. I wanted to bring it back to Jay talking about Tool. I'm a little offended you don't know about Trent Reznor.
Which part didn't I know about
He's
Trent
the
Reznor?
GOAT.
I've seen Trent
if
Reznor
you're
before. I
such a
saw
Tool
9 Inch
fan,
Nails at some of the Lollapaloozas, and I was just talking about how he was involved and hurt with Johnny Cash and being recognized posthumously for that. But I was just not a huge 9 Inch Nails fan, but I do like them.
Yeah, no, I just think Trent Reznor over Maynard for sure.
Yeah, I gotta disagree.
His body of work.
Making controversial statements, sir. All right, thanks for calling in. Appreciate you. We'll be back after this.
Find a safe place and stay there. The four horsemen of the apocalypse asked him for advice.
Oh, God.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Are you sure Donald?
My Dr. Dan, thank you.
His daughter went surfing.
RFK did surfing. No, RFK. I said it wrong. RFK went surfing with Kelly Slater. Kelly Slater's all in on RFK.
I was gonna say because Ivanka went surfing with him.
Really?
Ivanka?
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while.
She's looking pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure.
She looks great. She's a hottie.
Where's Ferris? 26 months. Dan Diaco's dream. Dawn 42 months, and Sheepdog 96, 29 months.
Sheepdog, what's up, Havoc? Back in the chat, just like that. Hang up, back in the chat. Man, who knew we had so many callers that live so close to fucking Puxatawny? We're getting a lot of info on that earlier.
I know.
We could have done 2 hours on the Groundhog Day. What's up,
Look
Mr.
how long he
Kostika?
is. Holding him.
Kostika.
John Kostika.
Mr. Kostika, did you hear the groundhog didn't see his shadow? So spring's coming early. So stop shoveling your snow. What's up, Jay Gator? Jay Gator, you're the man. Thanks for yesterday, man. Thanks, Glenn Longnecker. I told my wife that it's my whole birthday weekend.
Morning, Dad Wiz.
Thank you, Kaz, man. I'll be your Yahweh. I will be your Yahweh, baby. LM Clothes. Hope everything's going well at the store. What's up, Bright Farm, Johns Island?
Good morning, Jay. I'm surprised you're not going to that Billy Joel concert.
You know, not a huge. I like Billy Joel. I think he's super talented, but I'm not really a huge.
What's up, Napa Mike?
I'm disappointed that you don't like Darius Rucker.
Same reason.
You mean Raheem? You mean Raheem Morris, Napa Mike, or Renee Morris? You must mean Raheem.
Oh, I hope you read.
Yeah. I think it's a good hire, man. People really were high on him. I think he got the job in Tampa a little early because he was probably wasn't mature enough from what people were saying. He used to hang out with the players and shit.
He used to go to Burns all the time.
He used to go to Burns.
He was a big drinker.
Channel sides, but I think it's going to work out in Atlanta, man. Always heard great things about him. Thank you, Spencer.
Loving my concealed carry, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Spence. Anna and I, Anna planned stuff out, but we just never get to it.
Pussifer is great.
What's
I
up,
just
Brian?
heard yesterday or Tuesday that Seth went to a perfect circle. Let's talk about really going deep on Maynard.
Yeah.
And I thought I was all cool showing him Kanye videos, and he had to show me videos from before.
I just want to tell you, I'm on your level, man. I'm
You're ahead of me.
I
I'm
love
10
it.
years behind you. But just as I'll call you 10 years younger. I mean, just as a guy in our same age group, seeing Kanye I was fucking thrilled.
Dude, I saw him at the Sundome. It was 05. I remember like it was yesterday. It was some of my best friends were with me. It was like one of the greatest nights of my life.
Yeah, one of the kids told me that. He's like, Mr. Giacco, that was the best night I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It was really cool. Yeah, Mike Hawk did open up Group of Lips. Thank you.
Thank you, 420. Yeah, Jay Gator.
Did you see the cup he gave me, Anna?
I'm going to get that stuff out today, Jay Gator.
Did I? I don't know. No,
He gave me a cup that says Giacco Law on one side, and then it's got the Rolling Stones lips, and underneath it says Mike Hawk opening act 2020.
What's up, Jay Bowler?
It's hilarious.
I forgot I was a snake in the grass back in the day.
What up, Bubba?
That's right. Trade down. Trade down. Justin Fields for life.
Yeah, T said you did a good job on him.
Big
Oh, thank you.
Bill Belichick's going to go coach the Bills next year when they fire McDermott this year. That's my wild guess.
Is Bill Belichick in good health? He looks bad.
No, he's great.
What a big longer.
He's in great. He just got divorced. He's single. He's ready to mingle.
He got divorced?
He's got a girlfriend, I think.
Whatever. Divorced, broke up after like 30 years. He's on the hot Carl thing here.
Hot Carl! Don't you dare compare Bill Belichick to Hot Carl.
Did she leave him when Brady left?
Yeah, pretty much. She was just using him to fuck Brady.
Yeah.
Brady's living his best life right now. When's he start announcing next year?
Yeah.
So that you have, think of that. You get a year to just fuck off, and then you get a year to make all the money traveling around the games. Would be unreal.
Yeah, what does he make? 37 million.
What up, Hogan? LM Clothes.
Oh, Hogan's in.
Hogan stretched Heather's ...
Sniz?
Yeah.
Oh, Sniz?
Shniz. Izzle. Good morning, Paisano. What up, Dan Wiz? Happy Friday to you, too. What up, Brian?
Bill Belichick's too
English.
mean to be sick. That's actually pretty funny. I think Belichick's actually I think he's a decent guy. When I saw him on College Game Day for the Army-Navy game, he was actually looking like he was enjoying himself.
So cool, Jay Gator. My kid's just not into him. I like him. I love him. What up, Bubba Brass? Mernin. Steve the Grumpy Old Man.
I've got an idea. Time to man up. I gotta poop so bad. Man up and be brutally honest.
And you're calling me crazy?
Or I'm gonna kill you. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Jay is here.
Good morning.
Still high off the Travis Scott, Kanye West. And you said that was last night, right?
It was 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Okay.
Wednesday night.
813-90 Bubba. Colin, it is Freaky Phone Friday. Jay, I thought this might get you a little riled up. I feel like I kind of know where each of everyone's buttons are and when to push them.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you're big into, putting in your time and not having instant gratification, but teaching your children, especially the importance of delayed gratification, hard work, discipline, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow, I like that summary.
Right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so
Ditto that.
Gen Z employee ignites a furious debate after telling their new boss they couldn't attend an 8 a.m. meeting because they had a workout class. So some people are saying that this is absolutely outrageous because Gen Z is lazy and they feel like everyone needs to cater to them. And other people are saying, well, if work starts at 9, then you should really be off the clock until 9. So, unless you want to get paid for that extra hour, you're not obliged and it's not mandated or mandatory for you to attend that meeting. I'd like to get, the survey of the room. Do you feel like this new generation of adults, Gen Z, they don't understand the meaning and the reasons behind hard work and they expect everyone to kind of cater to them? Or do you feel like they're moving in the right direction?
No, I feel the former. I think that, when I get a young person who's willing to put that extra time in, that's the young person I'm willing to help out. So
right.
I've got a young girl who's 25 years old and never had anyone give her a hand up in life. And I'm paying for her bar prep courses. She's a case manager for me. I'm going to help put her through law school.
Bright
and
girl?
Very super bright. She just posted something on my Diaco Law Instagram account. Apparently everyone who's 16-year-old likes her. But she's a hard worker. I've never heard her say the word no. If I asked her to come in early, she would come in early. She's a team player. That's just the way it is. When someone, it depends if you're being paid by the hour. If you're being paid by the hour, then I think, you should be paid overtime for coming in an hour early. But I don't think that as an hourly employee, you reserve the right to say, I'm going to stay at 40. If you're working for a small business and that boss needs you for 50 that week and you get a chance to be paid extra, it's a trial week. I have people working round the clock when I'm in a trial. It doesn't happen every month.
Right.
But there's days where I will have 6 people in my office at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And they'll be there until I need them to be there in the evening. And I'm not telling them, oh, you guys got to be there. They just know we're in war mode. It's Diaco Law trial mode.
Yeah.
And so if that's the situation and someone told me, including Taylor, I got to work out tomorrow, Jay. I couldn't. And I let her call me Jay, not Mr. Diaco. I hate that.
Yeah.
Jay, I'm going to go work out tomorrow. Sorry. Now, if it was my grandmother just died and I got to go out of town for a week.
Sure.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to miss the trial. I'd be like, go.
Yeah, you're encouraging lying is what you're
Go.
saying. Yeah, at least if you're not gonna if you're gonna make an excuse, make
Just
it a
make
good
it about
one.
Granny.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Here's the thing. You're not really doing yourself any favors, even if your boss does ask you to do something a little bit extra. If it's not an everyday thing where, you should be compensated, but if they're asking you to come in one time for a meeting, why not show the fact that, like you said, you're a team player, you're willing to work maybe a little bit off the clock, because guess who's going to probably get that promotion when it comes around the corner?
That's it.
You.
And how do you climb the corporate ladder when there's no water cooler and everything's done by Zoom and the boss doesn't see you come in early and see you stay late and have a lunch where they see that you're kind of funny? And so, did I tell the story about my cousin who works for a really big international
drug manufacturer in their accounting law department. And he recently had a man who was 25 years old tell him, and he's like, this kid's a superstar. I hired him, and he told me he was going to take the 90 days of paternity leave and then take 20 extra days, which is or 30 extra days at 20, half work, and don't call me. Don't email me.
This was the superstar?
Text me during that time period. And I thought, was he giving birth?
Yeah.
You know, and so in the old days, I literally said to my cousin, I said, you know, you would have done is you would have taken him aside and said, listen, I know what you mean. And if you want to say that for your wife, that's great. But here's the deal. If I need you, I'm going to call you. And if you're not available, then that's how you're not going to climb the corporate ladder. But instead, he had to say, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's an international conglomerate with a DEI department and everything. And so this kid is milking it. And so I could not separate myself from my boss's caseload at 25 years old for a quarter of the year. That's 120 days.
Nah, you can't do
There's
that.
no way.
Yeah, and
you
expect
can't do it for a week. Bubba's having
rise
trouble
up in
for
success.
5 days.
Yeah.
And I guarantee he's listening right now. And
Hope
as
not.
everyone's great, there's such wonderful people. We're doing okay. It's always missed when Bubba's gone.
Of course, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. It's hard to do it without the sponge.
It's just the way it is. And, you know, Dan did okay. And everyone does great. You know, we do our best.
Yeah.
But he's the superstar. And so if you're working for somebody like that, you can't go away for 120 days.
No, you
How could
cannot.
I mean, we can barely go away. I'm allowed to go away, but you know, you guys can barely go away for 48 hours at a time without being nervous, just because you want to perform well.
Yes, we do.
You want to perform.
Yeah.
Captain Grumpus 999 super chat.
All right, here's a little bit of that clip that they were reading on the show when they talked about this. Oh, how about not? Oh, how about yes? Come on.
New hire said, ugh, sorry, I can't make it. I have a workout class. Should this be allowed?
My visceral reaction was, are you fucking kidding me?
No, fully, like angered, typing this out. I was like, please.
Like my hand's shaking and it's not from the caffeine.
You just started this job. I don't give a flying shit about your workout.
Okay,
classes.
we're done. We're done. We're done with this clip. I'm sorry. I did watch that last night. I guess I forgot it was, you know, it had some naughty words in it. My mistake. But yeah, this guy kind of breaks it down a little bit. Hopefully, there's no more swearing. I think we're okay.
This position is between 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I am on Eastern time. I made that very clear with HR because I have commitments outside of work. I go to the gym, I work out because I care about my health.
He cares about his health, Jay.
I could
Sure, I can make a sacrifice to go to an 8 a.m. meeting had I known at least a week before that I needed to go at 8 a.m., not a day before. Also, my
When asked
workout
to come
class starts at 7:30, not at 8, but I didn't know that I needed to tell you that. Okay, let's just say I skipped the gym. 2 things. When can I expect you to reimburse me for my class? And 2, are you going to be paying me from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.?
Yeah, I feel like Gen Z is very
You're
by
fired.
the book. Yeah, it's
You're
very,
fired.
very by the book. They
In
don't want to do
Florida-
anything extra outside of the lines.
You know, you hear about states where it's hard to fire people. In Florida, you can fire anybody for any reason as long as it's non-discriminatory. So you can just say, you know what,
you
you're
can just lie about
fired.
it,
I
right.
can't stand the way you behave, and I don't have to deal with that. And you are fired.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Have you ever
get
done
Danny.
that?
If someone did that to me, I would get Danny on him right there. No, I hate firing people.
But
It
you
makes
have
me
done
nauseous.
it. You have done it though.
Yeah, and usually it's a very
Fire me
difficult
right now.
thing.
How would you do it?
No, but the problem is usually when I fire them, I find out through landmines over the 30-day period after they're fired, where I usually say, God, I wish I could hire them back and fire them again.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because you
just
found more stuff that you're
yes,
just like, whoa, I unearthed this. And
I
didn't know
usually
this about
wait
this
too
person.
long.
Yeah. So how do you do it? Do you get adversarial?
No.
Do you pass the buck? Because I feel like, you know, some people maybe don't fire their own employees or sisters, and they ask someone else to do it for them.
I have a witness always come and sit with me.
Okay.
And I usually have a file, which usually documents all the reasons why. And I usually explain how.
How do you summon them? Do you
I would
go like,
say,
hey, do you
I
have
hate
time
to,
for
like,
a quick chat?
I don't. I mean, I haven't had to do it in a long time.
Okay.
Thank God, I got a really good group of people right
Yeah.
now. But you know, I had one person in particular that was, you know, I was giving her that same kind of an opportunity. She'd, you know, never really been given that kind of opportunity, and I basically just said, you know, who's to blame for this? Is it me or is it you?
And it was a mistake of some sort?
Yeah, it was a series of mistakes, and
Okay.
it was a lot of forgiveness. And she said it was me.
She admitted faults.
It was me, and so I always give 2 weeks severance, even when they deserve to be fired.
Sure.
And, we left in peace. I don't ever want to leave when I'm not in peace with someone, but it's usually
Come
that
back
kind of
and
situation.
vandalize your building.
Sometimes it's been, after COVID with, in person versus, by Zoom. I'm not a Zoom employer. You cannot. There's no one that gets to work from home with me. It's an interpersonal communication. We have a firm atmosphere. You got to be in the office helping me with negotiate our clients. We're in the customer service business.
Right.
So we like each other. I told them we don't have to like each other outside of the office, but we got to play well in the sandbox together.
Absolutely. So what is your advice for Gen Z? Just be better? Or is it really the parents of Gen Z, perhaps my generation and the Xers, who have birthed these people who are just soft as hell?
I tell you, the easiest advice for a Gen Zer is if you're willing to put your nose down and put it to the grindstone and work harder than everyone else, you were going to climb the corporate ladder faster than I was able to 30 years ago.
Yeah, sage advice for any time. I feel like that never really goes out of style. Hard work never really goes out of style.
It never does. I remember when I was like a first-year lawyer, there was a Dateline, and they said, study shows people who work more than 40 hours are successful. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Newsflash that you work hard, do well.
Yeah. Tell me something nice.
Jay, override.
Oh,
Jay,
I didn't put that.
override.
I didn't push that.
Jeez,
I didn't push that. I think
Don't
that's
work
coming
hard. She had been just
from
saying
Macho.
that triggers
We'll
her.
take a call,
Was that
okay?
a
Everyone
Jay
relax.
override?
There's a J override?
I didn't know there was a J override.
What the hell?
I think Macho has a
Jay, override. Jay, override.
My hands are up. I'm not pressing any buttons, Jay.
That's
Hello,
funny.
who's this?
That's hilarious.
Hey, good morning. My name's Kevin.
What's up, Kevin?
Oh, nothing much. You guys are doing a great job all week long. It was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
She doesn't believe you, though.
Okay.
There's nothing you could do about
Would it
that.
be okay if I get 30 seconds to tell a quick joke?
Sure.
Oh, boy.
Let's go, plumber.
Brace yourself.
Oh, boy.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go, plumber.
Okay. The race for the greatest quarterback ever is heating up as Patrick Mahomes heads to another Super Bowl. He is literally following in Tom Brady's footsteps. It's only a matter of time before he starts mouth kissing his kids, and his wife's BJJ instructor becomes her BJ instructor.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
There ain't 25 on the PayPal.
Yeah. Money. Cash App,
That was a good
PayPal.
joke.
Was that an original, or is that going around?
He wrote that.
It sounded new.
It was scripted. I don't know if it was an original.
I'm going to use that during the Super Bowl.
You should. That'll go over well. Did you know that having a tracking device on you without consent will now be a felony in Florida? I don't know if you've ever been a victim of stalking. Anybody in this room? Anybody? Stalking victims would be armed with stronger protections if proposed changes to Florida law outlawing unauthorized use of wireless tracking devices are enacted. Have you ever had someone close to you be the victim of stalking, or you yourself have been stalked?
Yeah, my boss, actually.
Really?
Your boss?
Yeah. Bubba the Love Sponge?
Oh, yeah. But not like with electronic tracking. I know someone who is a friend of mine, a female friend about my age, who was dating a guy that had somehow gotten into her cloud and had somehow put some like tracking devices around and would just like end up at her house at weird hours, at a window.
When
just
was
like
this?
Within 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Within the last 5 years.
Interesting. And so how did that all go down?
She's no longer with him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he died or went to prison or what happened.
No, we may have had some people with some vowels for last names talk to him.
Okay, yeah, I got you. I got it. No further explanation needed, Jay. I don't want no problem. Phones in the freezer. I ain't want no problems with nobody. Hello, who's this? Yo. Hello. Freaky Phone Friday. What's up?
It's Steven Coco here. Great job this week.
Oh, thank you so much.
I always appreciate some best ofs, but having some fresh takes was really refreshing to hear. So thank you to the whole crew, even Babyface and the all-time caller, Tampa Terry.
Yeah.
Really appreciated that.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Anna, did you ever see that the recently arrested Darius Rucker had a song with Dax recently?
With Dax?
Yeah, Dax.
Who's Dax?
Yeah, they got a song that went a little bit viral. It's called "To Be a Man," and then go figure, he gets arrested. That's
Is
kinda
Dax
odd,
a band? I don't.
Dax is he's kind of like the dark Tom McDonald, if you will.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that's your guy, Anna, the guy that was rapping with Ben.
Okay, I didn't know he could.
He's talking about being a good father. Correct. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, cool. I'll listen to it on my own time a little bit. It seems not like it's a downer, but it's more for like a reflective mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, everybody. Las Vegas Mario. How are we doing
Las
today?
Vegas Mario. How's it going? Speaking of stalkers, I feel like you were kind of stalking Bubba when he was in Vegas.
Whoa, easy. That's not stalking. It's a casino. You can. Everybody's.
I'm just saying, you were keeping tabs on the Sponge when he was out at Ronnie's wedding.
At a private event.
He's a fan, Anna.
Oh,
It
sorry.
wasn't a private event, Rhett. That wasn't. The pool's not a private event.
He's a
yes, I did go
fan.
the back way.
He's a Howard fan too.
All right,
I just snuck in the back. It wasn't private.
I didn't mean to be like accusatorial or anything. So what's going on? What's the nature of your call?
Oh yeah, just had a quick question. A couple of weeks ago, maybe Bubba brought up. This is to Seth. Bubba brought up doing a podcast with Tuttle. I just want to know: do you have beef with Tuttle, Seth? You don't like him, or is this is just you guys won't vibe in a podcast?
What?
Do you have beef with Tuttle? He's asking.
I don't care about Tuttle.
He doesn't vibe with him, Las Vegas Mario, is what I'm guessing. So
We're not doing a podcast with
okay.
Tuttle.
Okay, I just wanted to ask. I mean, because you were so good with Brent, you and Brent just hit it off. Well, I'm just like, I think maybe you could just put anybody in there with you, and you could do work with him and have a podcast.
I could. I just don't. I just choose not to work with Patrick Fowler. I think he's a giant prick.
Gotcha. All right, that answers my
Question answered. Yeah, Tuttle's a weird one. He did a podcast one time about, I think this is before I was even, no, it was when I was working with Bubba, about, this sounds weird, but he was like talking about eating my butt.
What?
Yeah, he said that he wanted to, if he were to eat another radio personality, he said that he would want to extract meat from my butt and eat it, and then proceeded to make like a 25-minute radio podcast about it, and it was very it made me very uneasy.
Yeah,
so.
A little off-putting. I could see that.
Yeah, not great. Didn't love it at all. But someone who is considered a hero these days is Baltimore Ravens tight end Mark Andrews. Are you familiar with this man, Lummy?
yes, he got a really good tight end.
Okay.
Who's sitting at home during the Super Bowl.
Yes, he will, because he lost recently to the KC Chiefs.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. There we go. Boom. He helps a woman, saved a woman's life apparently on a Southwest Airlines flight. Now, I did listen to this. I don't know. I feel like saving a life is a bit of a stretch for this one. I think apparently a woman was feeling ill. She wasn't feeling well. She was sitting next to some medical personnel. And I think that is this guy, Mark Andrews. He's a type 1 diabetic, I believe.
Yes, he
and
is.
They kind of just called it out. He's like, I think this bitch is diabetic, and gave a diabetic test to this woman, I think, or offered one that he had in his backpack
Yes,
or
he
something
did,
like
yes.
that. And he saved this woman's life, apparently. So here's a little bit of that. Maybe not. Stand by. It's right here.
Mark Andrews made headlines after he jumped in to help fellow passengers to save a woman's life. Andrews was on a Southwest flight from Baltimore to Phoenix when a woman had a medical emergency. Our Jessica Albers spoke to a man who saw it all happen. She joins us now live tonight from NT Bank Stadium with his story. Jessica.
Vic, that passenger was actually sitting a seat away from Mark Andrews, and he didn't even realize it. He said that when Andrews realized that the woman wasn't feeling well, he jumped in and offered her his diabetic testing kit.
I mean, to say that he saved a life is a bit of a stretch.
I
but
thought it was like Heimlich maneuver or something cute.
no,
like,
just offered her test.
He gave her a barf bag.
Yeah, pretty much. But, he's a hero. People are, they want to believe that these people are heroes. They give credit to where a lot of credit is due. But then remember the guy who went into the Waffle House and shot someone who was going to shoot up the whole building? And we forgot about that guy very quickly. I don't think he made, headlines for very
Bigger
long.
story is
so.
why is he taking a Southwest airline flight?
Yeah, why is he coach?
Do not judge. He's a common man saving money. He's smart with it.
Did he get any of those 15-yard personal foul penalties at that game that they lost the game because of?
Why are you judging Southwest Airlines customers?
My initial reaction. I take Southwest when I have to.
Brett, what?
Your initial reaction is?
I think this confirmed that God did indeed want the Ravens to lose. Because if they didn't, he wouldn't have been on this flight.
That's a good point, actually.
Great point. That means that there is a God.
God intervention. That the Why wouldn't God want the Ravens to win?
Because they're trash.
Oh, okay. They are, or is it the fans? Are they? How are Baltimore fans?
How are
they...
Philly fans?
Oh well, that's different.
You heard Brian say it. I mean,
Okay.
he didn't. He was having trouble comparing the two cities and their fans.
All right, so they're one and the same, is what you're saying. That's not good.
Yeah.
Hello, who's this? Last call before we go to break.
What's up, guys? In the quad.
Brandon, what's going on, BTQ?
Not much. You guys are just doing an amazing job, and I just have a quick thing about the Vince McMahon thing. Seems like John Laurinaitis is turning on him. So why would, and maybe Jake could expand on this. Why would somebody turn on somebody in a civil lawsuit and say that he's the victim?
Can you translate that for me?
Jay, why would someone turn on Vince McMahon and
this is his right-hand guy.
Yeah, just to give you a little bit of context too, Jay, John Laurinaitis was named next to Vince McMahon in a lot of these alleged things that happened. And he basically came out yesterday and denied everything. He lawyered up and said that he is a victim of Vince.
Oh, he's using that as a defense. Like he was a part of it.
He was
like brainwashed.
He was one, but he also got to share the woman, that's accusing Vince McMahon of these things. So.
Right. Yeah, so it's believable. It's all for the money, Brandon. They're doing it to save his rear end to try to get away from having to pay a lot of money.
Do you believe that Vince McMahon was defecating on that woman that he had sexual relations with?
I don't know anything personally about it, but I know there was a time and a place back when people could do that kind of stuff, and probably girls didn't care.
Poop on each other.
I'm sure there's people that are into just about anything, and so I don't know anything, and will make zero judgment about this. But whenever I hear someone say they did something consensually decades ago, and then they come out now and say, "Ooh, I didn't mean to do it," I am always very suspicious.
Listen, the
of
Big
time.
Valboski is defending.
I'm always.
And I don't know if Seth, you're a big fan of the Big Valboski, right?
Yeah, you mean Val Venus?
Yeah, the Big Valboski. He's saying that Vince McMahon is innocent. And all this is just fake news.
This happened in 2022, Jay. By the way,
oh really? It wasn't
it's just all coming out now.
Yeah. No, this girl is still really young.
Jay, have you met Vince McMahon?
I never have.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if he gives predatory vibes.
I've never really been, and I mean, I respect what he's done in business, but I've never really been a huge WWE Vince McMahon mark ever.
Okay.
Really never have. So
Yeah.
probably the wrong guy to judge whether I think he did or didn't do what he did.
You're into wrestling. Is Vince McMahon known for being kind of a?
There's been a lot of stories. There's been a lot of stories from back in the day that have come out.
That's why I was just assuming it was 20 years ago.
Brandon, are you still alive?
Yeah,
okay.
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just listening.
Okay, great.
He's using his Cobra right now.
Okay, good.
I haven't fell out of my chair yet.
Awesome. All right, Brandon. Thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
All right.
Keep well.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. God bless. We'll be back soon.
Find a safe place and stay there. The four horsemen of the apocalypse asked him for advice.
Oh, God.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Not have this what do you mean private person is that he always watches his back, he
It's his literal text messages that he sent. It's everything that he's and it's fucking all laid out.
He's saying that it could be a fake
account.
Yeah.
She signed a NDA. She signed an NDA for $3 million, but they stopped payment after $1 million, so that's why she came forward. So. I mean,
you gotta tell about Venus this.
I mean, yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
here's what my advice is: pay the thrill and the three and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, really.
That seems like pretty cheap freedom.
Got cheap. Yeah,
Jay,
look what happened.
Good settlement on both parts.
This made him resign.
Jay,
he's done.
Is that what you would have told Juan Franco? Maybe give the chick's mom an Escalade and.
No, what I would have said to Vince McMahon if I represented him in the wake of these kind of allegations is, make it go away for $3 million, get an NDA, and abide by it.
Well,
pay it. Because it sounds like if he paid the other two, we'd never know about this.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Wander Franco.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now he's on trafficking. Like he's gonna.
Did he take her across state lines?
He took her. He shared her with other guys. Like it was like you're gonna be on Tuesday with John, and then they took pictures of her and sent them to Brock Lesnar. So they're calling that trafficking. I don't think he actually moved her, but they're saying that he
trafficked her.
He trafficked her
pimped her
through
out.
his job. She lived in his building. Both her parents had died, and she just loved her job, so much. So, yeah. And then Brock Lesnar, everybody thinks that he's done in WWE. He was supposed to be at the Royal Rumble, but they pulled him because...
Really? Because all this controversy?
They said part of it was Vince was trying to re-sign Brock in 2021, told her, and was like, can you send him videos of yourself peeing? And Brock Lesnar, so apparently I believe there might be other stuff too, scatological, but I know about the peeing videos to send to Brock Lesnar.
Jay, do you know what I was saying about the Wander Franco thing?
No, tell me that.
Wander Franco?
No, I don't know how it relates to this. No, I don't. Like I said, I'm not a huge WWE fan.
The only reason that he's not in baseball anymore in the check.
Oh, that guy. Yes.
Yeah.
I do know that.
Yeah, that's
where
what I'm
they
saying.
said basically I'm going to get the big mark.
Huh?
The one where she had the emails with the girl ahead of time, and she's like, I'm going to get the big mark. Basically, I'm going to get the whale.
No. Wander Franco is a Rays player.
Right, who was falsely accused of...
No. Supposedly he was paying this chick's mom, who was underage, supposedly, and she wanted like an Escalade.
Oh,
they paid him like $60,000 a year, and
okay.
he said, "I'm not gonna buy you an Escalade."
So you could have bought an Escalade
and then it all just came out that he was having sex with like an underage chick. He was making he had a contract for like $210 million annually for 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
So that's what I was trying to say is that would you have advised him to buy the fucking Escalade?
Yes.
Because it all came out. Now he's not even in baseball.
Oh, I thought you meant the other guy. Who was the guy that was
falsely... Trevor Bauer.
That guy.
Yeah.
Who they said basically, let's get this dude, and we're gonna get him, and then she did. And then the morning that he allegedly beat her, she has that video.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's that guy's name?
Trevor Bauer.
Bauer.
Oh yeah. No, I was saying Franco because.
Okay.
It's similar, like he was saying with Vince, but Trevor Bauer, he's saying $2 million. All we had to do is pay this mom's buy her Escalade.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to make that same thing.
What I'm saying is, as a lawyer, would you have told him?
If you have the opportunity to settle, I would tell people don't ever violate the law, but I don't think that I'd have to know exactly what the allegation was. But I would say pay the money.
If Wander Franco, so if he gives you, hey, look, I've been making this chick, she's 16.
Wonderland Franco.
And her mom's okay with it.
This is going to be very controversial, but did you know that in Florida, technically, it's not statutory rape for a 16-year-old that's not unchaste?
Yeah, well,
she's been out of virgin.
That's
like, I would never tell anyone to do anything with anyone below 18 ever. I would advise highly against it, but that's why 18-year-olds don't get in trouble for sleeping with 16-year-olds as seniors in high school.
Well, this is then Dominican. But if he came to you and was like, look, I can buy her an Escalade, or she's going to out me.
Is it outlawed in Dominican 16 too? 16 is?
Did you take a bite out of this?
Huh?
I said, did you take a bite out of this?
No.
Someone did.
I know. I think his name is Mickey.
Probably Scout.
No, it's probably Mickey.
Mickey?
Yeah.
Oh, Scout's right here.
Mickey.
My advice would always be don't be a creep.
If you know a big Mickey, who would you think of?
Oh.
In Orlando?
You fucker.
You know what I'm talking about? I think she might have done it before. But I'm saying, would you tell him?
So now I know. Yes.
Yeah,
if I were advising in that situation, I'm not going to first say don't do anything illegal, but if you have a chance to make this go away for an Escalade, find Escalade. Get a non-disclosure and a confidentiality and release and hold harmless.
Fucking dumbass lawyer.
So now I know it's Franco and Bauer.
Yeah,
I just didn't know. I was confusing the two.
Well, no, I was just gonna ask you about how you would have, if you were advising. I know.
But that's why I don't do that kind of like. That's why I don't do criminal law, because I feel like I'd be in a situation where I have to give advice and counsel against my morals. It's like, and you get bags of cash when you're a good criminal defense lawyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's up, Felix the Cat? Rob Green.
I didn't care. I just thought you had to go out. That's why I wasn't.
Bauer. I get you, Rob Green. I was confusing the two.
Oh man.
I thought he was talking about Bauer.
Oh,
not Franco. So I was coming up with the exact opposite position.
Bauer, his is very complicated.
But he has all the videos and stuff.
Yeah,
it's incredible now. It's just he's been exonerated.
Wander Franco is like, I think he's going to be facing charges. For
Oh, he's
yeah.
gone, man.
Yeah, I was asking Jay, like, would you have told him just to buy the
Put up
escalator?
here, I can't show.
Keep it silent. I mean, give her $60,000 a year.
But that's, you can't, as a lawyer, you're not allowed to counsel.
Jay Override. Jay Override.
Guess what? Time for insults aplenty. And they're all from the heart. Collateral damage of the truth. Bubba the Love Sponge.
Very much appreciate it.
Great job this week on.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I appreciate that. I truly do.
No, you don't.
No, I do. No, listen, I appreciate the gesture, whether I believe it or not.
The gesture.
Whether I believe it or not is a separate issue, and that's my issue and my mental illness that's at play.
And you know what? That's why the Bubba the Love Sponge show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Thank you, Lovey.
BetterHelp.com/BTLS. It's a new year, and if you've been thinking about seeing a therapist, but you've been putting it off because of your schedule, or you just don't want to have to go down to the office and see someone in person because you're nervous, then BetterHelp is for you. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. And if you're not happy with your therapist, you can switch at any time, and there's no additional charge. Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit BetterHelp.com/BTLS today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BTLS, and become a better person today.
Lovey, I totally forgot you're going to do that read, and I am sorry I cut the music short,
okay.
and then
You
I
had
couldn't turn
your,
it back on, so it was just silent.
You did it a cappella.
Yeah, I liked it.
I mean, you have your mental health too. So,
I do. It was a great segue.
BetterHelp.com/BTLS.
Thank you.
And you get 10% off, and you like that kind of stuff.
Discounts?
Yes.
Saving money?
Yes.
Hell yeah, I do.
You like that kind of
Of
stuff,
course.
don't you?
Me and my people love that sort of stuff. Jay, I just want to let you know I am not the one pressing the Jay override button, so please don't,
I didn't
direct
know I
your
had
anger
such
to
an
me.
issue with Mach.
I don't know what's going on.
Jay, she's lying. She's
No,
the only one who can control that.
Yeah, no,
Look,
I
watch
don't.
Jay, see
I don't
this?
press anything
I
on
can't even
this.
do anything. Watch when I hit it. Nothing.
Yeah.
See? It's her. She's the one that controls
Dude,
it.
it ain't me, man. It ain't me.
Macho's fixing stuff in the back. He's
Yeah,
not
by
talking about
accident,
us.
just letting stuff fly and blaming it on me, blaming the Jews as always. I do not appreciate it. Before we head out of here, though, Jay, are you still having sleep issues?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you have a sleep apnea machine?
Yes, and I had a Philips.
Okay, because it may be the cause of your problems because 561 deaths have been tied to recalled Philips sleep apnea machines. So I just wanted to let you know before, you continue
not
to use
dead.
it. I know, but maybe it could cause problems. I don't know.
Thankfully, when I had this type of machine, it was at a point where I was rarely using it.
Okay.
So I don't feel like I have any fear of any problems at all right now.
How are you sleeping these days? Because I know you went to you got a sleep study done, right? Or you were too scared to go? What happened?
Yeah, that one, because I just looked at what the Inspire looked like, which looked like a letter opener.
Oh.
This implant, like half the
that's
size of a
right.
cell phone that they were going to put in my little old chest, and I'd have like this big block here. And so
Just to sleep?
Yeah.
But
and
would that
so-
like save your life? Or?
Well, it was a test to see whether I even qualified.
Oh, that's right.
And so I freaked myself so much out that I couldn't take the test.
Right.
I
Quit sleep, quit sleep.
I literally at
That's
1:30 I
scary.
just said, I'm done, dude. Take me out of here. I can't have you looking at me and freaking out. And so I've never taken the test again, honest, so I don't know. But
Okay.
you've kind of helped me. The little food journal thing, my wife's been begging me to do it for 20 years.
Oh, good.
Food is a huge part of it. Diet is a huge part of it. And if
Eating too close to bedtime and get them
absolutely.
restless
Right,
legs.
Absolutely. So, I've actually been better.
Okay,
I've been
good.
using my new machine a lot more, and I see a 5 a lot, and sometimes I'll see a 6 on my watch, which is incredible. I was seeing 3s and 4s like for how many hours? 3.4, 4.5. You know, a good night was like 4.6 with like waking up 150
That's
times.
where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
And
Really?
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I don't know if diet affects you or not, if you've ever had sleep apnea stuff, but there's a lot of help, and some people love the CPAP. They don't mind the machine. So
it is weird. I've tried one on before. I don't know how people sleep
it's different.
with it
So
on,
now
but you get used to it, I think.
I start with it and then I rip it off like halfway through the night. But I'm like, okay, if I use it 3-4 hours a night, that's cool.
Okay.
Better
Mike,
than not
50
using it.
on the Cash App.
Yes!
Yeah,
And
PayPal,
Macho
PayPal,
would like to
Venmo,
defend
Cash
himself.
Oh, Macho.
His mic's been off.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mach.
It's okay. You do it all the time. It's no problem.
What?
Just kidding.
I'm sorry.
Just
I'm sorry.
kidding.
I'm sorry.
Bubba has me installing a new system for everybody that if you go on a tangent and rant too long, so everybody's getting one. If you're not Bubba, he's the only one that can rant forever.
Oh, okay.
So-
But you did it preemptively. Like the show didn't even
It
start.
was catching up from the last break.
Oh, because you hit it so many times.
It was my fault for making us dump earlier, so we needed to catch up.
Tease $100 on the super chat.
Oh my God, I love money so
Venmo,
much.
Cash App.
I really appreciate that. Thank
so Jay,
you.
don't take offense to it, Jay.
I'm not. Keep the cash coming and hit the warning.
And right before we go, I want to give some nutrition advice. Maybe not advice I would necessarily give, but to the people out there, apparently dieters lose more weight when they treat themselves, okay? So you should treat yourself absolutely occasionally. Practice self-compassion. So if you're having trouble losing weight, instead of trying to restrict all the time, allow yourself a cheat meal here or there. You know what I mean? Jay, I know that you are like allergic to food because you barely eat, but when you do, if you're really, indulging in something good, what do you go to? Do you go to?
You got to go back to me after I've been alerted so many times. Could you ask somebody else the question? I feel
Seth,
like I'm gonna get
what
an
do you
alarm
like? I don't
anytime
know.
here.
Seth, what
I
kind
hate
of
food?
I know you hate food, or you go to Union. They have good food there.
Yes.
It's so funny. I was talking to Babyface yesterday, and he said Jay and I are the same because we only eat chicken fingers and fries. So.
Really?
Yeah.
You eat like a 12-year-old?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've
You
got,
like merch, Craig?
I got
She
a
doesn't
food.
eat anything.
Yeah, I got food issues, so I haven't eaten the best stuff.
Do you
as
crave
can see.
anything? Because Anna was blown away by the fact that I rarely crave something.
I only crave. I guess I would probably be in the munchie area.
Okay, me
it's,
too.
It's normally for Reese's cups. Like I need them. Like I need them. So
okay.
So Jay, you're never like, you're either hungry or not hungry. You're never like, I am craving a certain type of something ever.
I suppose if I'm being intellectually honest,
Okay.
I probably crave chocolate sometimes at night and search the house to find where my wife has stashed it.
And that
so-
gives you the restless legs.
And that kills, those are the nights where it's like I might as well have been at the dollhouse with a bunch of sparkles all over me.
Yeah.
She finds the empty Raptors. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like, I see chocolate Raptors. I'm like, oh my Lord.
Cheating on your diet.
Yeah.
I'm the same exact way. You're like looking for some. Like I swear there was like a Reese's around here, and then I can't find it. And then like I'm eating like kids yogurt or something because it's got sugar in it. I'm like I just
Right.
need something. So yeah, it's trouble.
Does Phoebe get mad at you?
No, I get mad at myself in the morning when I'm like, sometimes I don't even remember eating something. I'm like, what the hell?
What
So,
happened here?
Yeah, I go-
Empty wrappers and
It's scary when you wake up like, wow,
Taco Bell bags everywhere.
how did this Kind Bar wrapper get
Surrounded
here?
with a bunch of wrappers,
Yeah.
asleep.
So I need to get better at that.
Yeah.
By not going
How
downstairs
about
at
you,
all.
Anna? You feel like you crave food?
Oh,
I
every day
feel
of my
like
life.
you crave everything.
Every day of my life. Yeah. Everything that I don't allow myself. And I probably have a lot of unhealthy habits where I enjoy watching people eat. And then
Ew.
somehow, yeah, I know. It's weird. It's weird, but other people do it because these videos have millions of views. And somehow it like tickles a weird part of my brain where when I watch someone else eating it, I'm like engaging in the pleasure with them without actually eating the food myself. It's very
Interesting.
disordered. It's very disordered. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. So that is all.
Oh, wow.
That's all she wrote. Anna Hummel show is coming up next, so if you want more of this,
Oh, man.
sorry in advance, but that's the schedule. I apologize. I really want to thank the rest of the staff because you guys have really helped me out. And you were there, well prepared.
Havoc $9.99 super chat.
Thank you. So Lummy, Jay, Seth, Dr. Dan, Babyface, Rhett, Macho, even Scout, wagging her tail helps. We appreciate it. Bubba will be back on Monday morning, so fear not. We appreciate you so much. Have a fantastic and safe weekend, and we will see you on the other side. Roll the credits!
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up Bean.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repair hello.